All right, here we go. It's the Morning Sky Show, brought to you by the Sky City Rebels. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Yeah, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is happening. It's Tuesday, May 19th. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Drop an emoji in the chat to let me know you're alive. Brings your morning some glory. Good morning, headlines! Hey, welcome to the new vibe or something. Information for you, darling. Yeah, baby. This is the vibe today. I'm going to pour myself some coffee before the end of the song. I'm drinking horrible instant coffee. Every penny you donate today will go directly to Coffee Coin. We're going to Coffee Coin, everybody. We're switching from Melania Coin to Coffee Coin. And every time you donate, of course, I play my David Bowie branded style. Oh, yeah, Kathy. Yeah, Crazy Jackdaw in the house. Crazy Jackdaw knows what I'm talking about. I need some coffee, Crazy Jackdaw. I'm drinking instant crap. Hey, thank you so much, guys. Crazy Jackdaw, Jackie Boyle, thank you so much. Hey, everybody, I haven't had my first cup of coffee yet, but Jackie Boyle's already gotten in. Crazy Jackdaw, thank you so much. Guys, some green hearts of courage in the chat. Who's a green hearts of courage in the chat for Jackie Boyle, please? Some emojis in the chat for my Sky City Rebels. That is not good coffee, but it's hot. God damn, it's hot. I need to turn the fan on. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. You hate instant Nescafe? It's not good, and it smells really bad. Actually, it tastes better than it smells. Why does Nescafe taste better than it smells? That's a weird thing, too. It smells like a burnt Band-Aid stuffed into a cat's butthole, and yet it tastes a little nutty. I've never been a fan. Cash App. Yeah, we got Cash App. We got the Cash App up in here. Let me see. Where's the Cash App? There's the Cash App right there. Cash App. Skyjack Morgan. Erica Kirk dons the hijab. There's the Cash App. And the Venmo is Skyjack23. Thank you so much. Cash App. Let me look at the Cash App really fast. Make sure I need to open up the Cash App. Cash App Patel? No, the Cash App. We got to get the Cash App. I need to start a fund, man. I need to start a GoFundMe over here. Yeah, coffee or whatever. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the coffee or whatever. I appreciate you. And thank you so much, Veg in the Woods, as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very, 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 very much, so I can get some coffee or whatever. My coworker's coffee break is harsh. Stand back. Man, I'm telling you, I drink 1 liter of beer because it made me nervous. Now I'm tired. Oh, no. Oh, no. Cashman and Venmo aren't available in the UK. They aren't? What in the Sam Hill? What in the Sam Hill is going on? Hey, I don't know if you noticed, but I want to talk to you really quickly before we get to the news. I'm thinking about, originally when I started this shit, I really wanted to be that morning coffee cup for people, and like you get the if I start early enough, I can get you on the East Coast when you're just getting your day settled in the morning. You're just starting to get your day. You just get to work. You turn on the YouTube to put somebody on in the background. That could be me. And then in the European side, it's just like when your afternoon's starting to lull a little bit. So I'm thinking I've always wanted to start the show at like 6 a.m. and like wake up at 5, get started at 6, get going, and do a long show. Do like 5-6 hours. That's what I really want to do. So I'm gonna start trying to do that. Yeah. Overseas, it's PayPal. Oh, I have PayPal. I have PayPal too. I got the PayPal. Anybody wants the PayPal, let me know. I have to remember. It's through your email with PayPal, right? How does PayPal? I think it's on email. I got PayPal. If you got overseas, I got PayPal. I got PayPal for you. I got that. Elon Musk invented it, right? Elon Musk invented the banking system on the internet. Hello, that chip guy. How the heck are you? Welcome to the show. What do you think? I'm thinking 6 a.m. But hey, good news, man. I was so stoked. I got my Melania coin together and I bought myself a Trump phone.
Gold casing, a flag stamped on the back.
Oh?
This long-awaited T1 phone from Trump Mobile is finally here.
It looks like it. I mean, okay, I'm pretty excited. I'm going to get my Trump phone, guys. I'm finally getting my Trump phone, everybody. Aren't you excited? Trump phones!
They're here. It was in June last year that the president's sons announced a bold new venture.
Who's that little powder monkey over here? Look at this powder monkey over here. He's like, I got Trump phone from my father. Everything I do for daddy. God, I'd kill myself. If I had to do everything with my father and everything was him, I'd be living in his shadow my whole life. Just end it, man. I don't want to joke about suicide. I take it seriously, but it's like pretty nasty business. PayPal sounds suspiciously like Papal, like the Papal bowl. Coffee breath, man. It's worth it. This coffee is not good. It's not good.
Sure.
Today we're here to introduce Trump Mobile.
The phone marketed as a patriotic alternative.
Trump Mobile. Who was to bet that this was all a joke? Like Don Jr.'s like, today we're introducing Trump Mobile. It's just a Coke talk. That's all it is. Coke Talk with Don Jr.
It's a big tech.
It's the name of his new podcast is Coke Talk.
And promised as an American-made phone.
We're
Coke Rocks and Coke Talks.
keeping our data onshore. We're going to be manufacturing the phones.
Trump Mobile said the phone would be released in August. NBC News put
August of what year?
down the $100 deposit that same month.
Thank you for your order, Brian Chung.
But 9 months passed.
Brian Chung's really getting his $100 worth over here. He put his $100 down. He's getting a lot of play out of this. He's been following this story. He's a crack reporter. Get it? Because he's reporting on Donald Trump Jr.
With 12 phone calls and countless emails to the company. But one day after this report last week,
Here we are in May of 2026, and there appears to be no sign of it.
Someone on behalf of Trump Mobile contacted me and said devices were going out to the media.
And, okay, here it is.
Oh my gosh.
The long-awaited Trump Mobile phone.
There
The
it
phone
is.
Taller than an iPhone.
It's real. It's 12 pounds. It weighs 12 pounds. It weighs about the same as a very large newborn baby. I think even I was like 8.5 pounds. I was a big baby. I was 8.5 pounds. Lord have mercy. That phone is about as heavy as I was.
iPhone 17 and comes with 512 gigabytes.
Biden. What about Hunter Biden, though? Oh, no, the Anacle. No, don't prime that pump. We do not want to talk about Joe Biden. Don't mention Biden, or we'll only be talking about Biden. Don't get me on the... you know what I have to do every time someone mentions Biden. Got to be like, oh, I don't like Biden. I've always hated Biden. I'm not a Democrat. I got to do the whole thing every time. Maybe I should do that at the beginning. Hey, everybody, my name is Skyjack Morgan. I'm an anarchist. I don't like Republicans or Democrats, and they all hate me. Thank you for joining. If you hate Republicans and Democrats and are fed up with the unitard party, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Stand on your head, stick your thumb up your butt, do all the things that you're supposed to do on the internet. I think that's what people do when they watch live streams. They stand on their heads and stick their thumbs up their butts. I think that's how that works. Oh, no, wrong stream. I made 3 streams today. I don't know why they were. So were they made in America, Cannon Bay? Cannon Bay? I don't think so. We're going to find out. I don't think so.
It's of storage.
Well, it has an American flag on it, so obviously... It's made in America, duh. You can't put American flags on stuff that's not made in America.
At a relatively cheap $499, which the company
pretty
says
cheap.
is promotional pricing.
Oh, promotional.
Pre-installed on the phone.
Like any other phone, it can make calls, send texts,
Do some wide angles.
and
Nice,
takes pretty good
nice.
photos too.
Okay,
The phone looks
got it.
different from how it was originally advertised.
Okay, it's originally there's some mock-up, let's not hold them. It looks a little different. That ain't so bad.
The original language on the website said the phone would be made in the USA.
Let's see.
Language that has since been scrubbed from the website, now saying American Proud Design.
That's what Apple does to it. When you open up an Apple product, it says, designed in California. That's why when Tim Cook went to China, he was looking at all these kids. He's like, get back to work, get back to work, get back to work. How come you're not making iPhones? Get back to work, make some Power Macs. Why aren't you making any Power Macs, kids? Hey, kids. Tim Cook goes there and he's just swarmed by people. Can I please work at the Apple factory for the honor of my family? Kid, you're 12. Yes. You start us at 6. I'm a little old, but, I'll work doubly hard, sir. I'll work doubly hard on the iPhone, sir.
With an American flag that has only 11 stripes.
All right. The flag has 13 stripes, everybody. A little trivia for you. How many stripes does the flag have? It's 13. But people, it's a stylized thing, okay? It's stylized. And how do Chinese kids know how many stripes are on the flag?
Experts say the phone resembles a phone made in Taiwan.
It looks very similar. It has a very distinct shape.
Yeah, that does look really similar.
Almost identical so far. We're not set up for a mid-range, kind of mid-budget phone to be made in that way here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to put money on it, I would say that's the HTC U24 Pro.
Representatives for Trump Mobile did not respond to questions about whether the phone is made.
They clearly skinned another phone. That's obvious, right? Hey, they clearly skinned a phone that already existed. That's what they did. This phone is an HTC dipped in fake gold. It's real gold. Trust me, it's real gold. You can't fake gold. You can't fake it. You can't fake gold just like at the Oval Office. It's all real. It's all real, and I love women. Trust me, folks, I love women, but everything's got to be gold.
In the U.S., and the White House did not confirm if President Trump himself is using the phone bearing his name.
All right, with that, Brian Chung joins us. Brian, we have so many questions. You've got the phone. First, how does it work? You've been playing with it all day.
How does it
It
work?
works like any other phone. It's got Android on here. I think, again, it's going to be a surprise to people that there's a Truth Social preloaded onto the phone.
Is that a surprise? That's not a
And you'll
surprise.
also-
It's a Trump mobile phone.
It is a
It's
Trump mobile
probably
phone.
expected,
And again, there's been a lot of chatter about the 11 stripes on the back instead of 13, although maybe the Trump mobile is the 13. But I think a lot of people are asking a lot of questions. Again, this was a phone that was supposed to be made.
Well, it would be bad luck if you put 13 stripes on a phone. It's bad luck. You can't put 13. I'm trekadecaphobic, yo. Is it trekadecaphobic? I think it's trekadecaphobic. What do they call it? What do you call it when you're afraid of the number 13? What is the phobia called when you're afraid of the number 13? I think it's trekadecaphobic. Triskadecaphobic. I'm triskadecaphobic, y'all. Y'all, I'm triskadecaphobic.
In the USA, the side of the box here says proudly assembled in the USA. So
What does that mean?
well, there are implications.
How dare you, Jamie Lynn Turner? How dare you? This is the president of the United States, okay? This president does not scam people, okay? That's why it's 12 pounds, because it's made of gold, everybody. Child labor, they're doing it in America with 2 American kids now. It's so great. You could bring it right here in America, Benny. Come on now. A scary cat. Anything with that name is a scam. Oh, come on. You didn't think Trump Steaks was cool? What about Trump University? Come on, man. This guy, look at the service this man has done for our country. How dare you? How dare you?
So the FTC actually declared
Donald Trump is the greatest president who ever was president, and he's also the greatest man who ever lived. He's the most honest. He's more honest than Honest Abe or Abraham Lincoln or the other Abe too, Abe Sapien. He's more honest than Abe Sapien.
whether or not you can say if a phone is made in the USA depends on the parts. If you say assembled in the USA, that means that the parts could come from abroad. But if a substantial amount of the assembly happens in the US, then you can say it's assembled in the US. But again, not exactly what was originally advertised when this was first announced in Trump Tower.
How dare you, Jamie Lynn Turner? Just because he admits to wanting to look at children naked all the time doesn't make him a pedo. Oh, come on. Jamie Lynn Turner, where do you get these ideas? From his own admitting, even though he admits to having his age cap be 12, that 12 is as low as he'll go. He doesn't want to be 13, really, is what he said. 13 is what Donald Trump said. 13 is the lowest he'll go when it comes to children. Maybe that's why there's only 11 stripes on the flag on his phone. He doesn't want anything to do with the number 13 right now. So 11, or maybe the 11, I don't know. How dare you call him a pedophile? A pedophile. Am I allowed to say that anymore? A pedophile. How dare you allow, how can we allow you to say such things when he says it himself, that he is the thing that you said that he is?
Yeah, and then we noticed just talking to you, the hole in the top of the phone, because we haven't seen a mini jack in a long time on a cell phone. Headphone jack, which I think people will remember. That's where you used to plug in your phones. Now everyone.
I like that. That's my favorite thing about it. My phone still has it, and I think it's great. I love having why can't we still have that? I like the headphone jack. Let me know in the chat. Do you miss the headphone jack? I do. I hate having everything got a bong, bong. Am I connected? Bong. I hate that. The wire, no lag when I use a wire. I'm plugged into my mixer right now. You know why? Because there's no lag. I hate it when I have to watch someone's lips moving and then I hear it. That's Bluetooth. Fuck Bluetooth. And don't fuck Bluetooth. I mean, and if you have a penis small enough, do not fuck this little hole either. Do not do that. Don't fuck machinery. Unless you're into that and you got like a vibrator or something. I don't want to go down that route. Listen, y'all. Trump phone's here, and it's got a 3.5 headphone jack. 1.8. Is it 1.8? That wasn't a 3.5. That was a 1.8, right? Isn't the small one the 1.8? I don't care. I have jacked phones. They're a little. I like the jacked phones.
Doing wireless with the earbuds or the AirPods, but this has a little bit of a throwback feature on there. And by the way, it's a reason for why some analysts are saying this is likely a version of another phone because it's such an unusual feature. Only a few of them really have them these days, and so they saw the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. All the other features.
When you say throwback, I mean those minis aren't coming back or anything, right?
Well, I mean, I've seen people in New York City wearing the.
Is 3.5 the same as no? Isn't that 1/8 inch? When the headphone jack is 3.5 millimeters, is that 1/8 inches? Yes, it's a 1/8 inch jack. What's this asshole doing the millimeters on me? Why is he bringing up millimeters? Is he? Are you American or what? We use inches here, okay? When I lived in Europe, I had to learn their crazy system, the metric system. It's great. I love the metric system. It's fantastic. But we use 1/8 inch headphone jack. This one right here, 1/8 inch headphone jack. Coming at me with this 3.5 millimeter shit. 3.5 millimeter. What is this? Freedom units only. We only use freedom units on this channel. There's 11 stars on the flag and 14 stripes. 11 stars and 14 stripes on the flag, and we use freedom units. It's 1/8 inch. God damn it, talk about 3.5 millimeter. What is this world coming to? What is this? What is this? The Berlin News Network over here over at NBC? What are we doing over at NBC? Going with the metric system like that? Or did Donald Trump, as a Russian asset, put 3.5 millimeter on the box? And that's what Mr. Chung is crazy about. Now he's like 3.5 millimeters in his head. How'd it get into his head?
the wired
Well, I've seen
headphones,
that
so
too,
maybe
but
it is popular again, but
Pretty lizardy to me. That's some lizard person stuff. This guy's a lizard person. I kind of trusted him because he's been following this story with the phones for so long. And I feel like I know him, but that's some lizard person shit. Being in America, talking about 3.5 millimeter when 1/8 inch is the real measurement. Woke measurements. Yeah, I'm sick of this. Straight out of the Kremlin. This is seriously this is exactly like in that movie with those guys. They were bastards, but they spelled bastards wrong and they weren't glorious. The non-glorified bastards, I think is what they were called. You know, the Quentin Tarantino movie. And there's a part where they're in the basement and they're like, drei Gläser Schnaps bitte, 3 Gläser Schnaps bitte. But in Germany, they don't order it like that. No one does this. They do this. And that's when they knew he was an American spy. He wasn't German at all. And they're like, what the fuck? Only Americans do it like this. In Germany, we do it like this. We do 3 with the thumb, the forefinger, and this special one. And then, the thumb, the pointer, and the special one. The stinky one. And you know what? That's how we know this guy is a Russian spy. 3.5 millimeters. Yeah, you know that scene. You know what I'm talking about. That's how they knew. That's how I know this person is a foreign asset. Brian Chung is a foreign asset. Spread it around. Don't trust him. He's talking 3.5 millimeters on American. I'm talking about an American phone on an American news network about an American president. Either he's in on this Kremlin shit or he's a lizard person. Something else is going on. He's making the frogs gay.
again, I think that this could just be a situation where whatever company the Trump mobile people wanted to contract with to get this done, they had a 3.5 millimeter jack in there, and that's what they went with.
Brian Chung, thanks for staying on top.
Dude, he did it again. They have a 3.5 millimeter jack in there. 3.5 millimeters? Am I the only one talking about this? Am I the only one with my tinfoil hat on right now? What the fuck is he doing with this 3.5 millimeter shit? I thought we all agreed we're not doing metric. If you want to do metric, let me know. I'm in. I like the metric system. But don't just spring it on me, Brian. What are you doing, man? You can't just spring the metric system on me. It's a 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch. That's it. Son of a bitch. I have a 1/4 inch here. This is a 1/4 inch jack over here on my mixer. This is 1/8 quarter. 3.5 millimeter.
First, appreciate it. Yep.
We thank you for watching. And
Never again. I'm never watching NBC again. I'm never watching NBC again with this stuff. Yeah, the jack spec. Yes. Yes. 3.5 millimeter. U.S. uses hybrid decades now. Listen, I know when you work on a car in America, you got to have 2 sets of tools. You got to have metric and imperial. But you know what? When we talk about shit, we don't always listen, man. We don't say this is a 1/8 jack. This is not a 3.5 millimeter jack. It's a 1/8. This is America, okay? Chris Petsavas. This is America. Jack raises a jack. I'm sick of this shit. This pussification of America. I use freedom units and that's it. Thank you for joining. Like and subscribe.
Names of the suspected teenage gunmen behind yesterday's deadly attack on the largest Islamic center in San Diego. This is video showing heavily armed federal agents searching the home of one of those teens late last night.
And that attack has prompted increased law enforcement presence at houses of worship across Los Angeles.
Eyewitness News reporter Monica de Anda live outside the Islamic Center of Southern California.
Man, in San Diego, dude walked in, killed 3 people at the Islamic Center, man. 2 teen gunmen are dead. It's rough. That ain't good.
In Koreatown with new details. Monica.
Rachel, John, Tony, good morning. We'll get to how LAPD is increasing patrols here at our local houses of worship in just a second, but I want to start with this new information we are just learning. Authorities have told ABC News that they are investigating 2 teenagers, Kane Clark and Caleb Vasquez,
Oh, damn, it's in L.A.?
as the suspected attackers in a shooting at an Islamic center in San Diego.
Oh, San Diego. It was in San Diego. So we have a shooting in Koreatown, and we have a shooting in San Diego. We got shootings. We got multiple shootings happening in California.
This is a new video that we want to show you from overnight of the moment heavily armed officers entered a home connected to one of the teen shooters. 3 innocent people were killed after police say 2 teen gunmen opened fire on the Islamic Center of San Diego in broad daylight. This morning, we're expecting to learn more about the 3 people killed, but the Islamic Center of San Diego has already identified one of the victims as a security guard who worked there. The center says Amin Abdullah,
Why does that security guard look like he's in Afghanistan?
devoted father of 8, put himself between the gunman and everyone inside, saving.
I mean, he looks like a cop. I don't know. I'm sorry to say this, but he looks like a cop. You don't get to say innocent bystander if this is the guy who got shot. All right? Maybe he was innocent. That's fine. But, like, innocent just walking. When you tell me someone got shot at a mosque, I do not picture this guy as the guy. Look at him. He's got the clips. He's got the vest. How did this guy die if he had all this shit on? I mean, it just goes to show. That stuff's not going to save you. All that stuff. It looks like if you're dressed up like Batman every day going to work, I don't think you can be like, look, he's got 2 firearms. Look at all the stuff this guy's got on. He's walking around like Bane. Yes, Commissioner Gordon is a liar. Commissioner Gordon wants to take Gotham City, and then I want to do. It's a costume. It looks kind of like a costume. He's a security guard. I know, but like killing security guards and cops is different than killing like women and children. Can we all agree on that's a different thing, right? It's a different thing. That's all. It's a little weird to be like, they killed some innocent people, and then it's like, this is the first guy they show. They're calling him the San Diego martyr. This guy does not look like a martyr. This guy looks like a soldier. He looks like a soldier is all I'm saying. Does not look like a martyr. Martyrs don't dress like soldiers. Unless like you're Che Guevara or something.
Many lives.
It didn't matter who walked up, who came, like any random person could just walk up and he would greet them.
Yeah, I know. One's non-lethal, one's lethal. I know. One's a taser. Yeah.
Make sure they're okay, whether they were homeless off the street looking for something, whether it was a child, an old elderly. My wife told me this morning he came to the car, not just to grab my son to get the flash, but just make sure to say hello to me. And I didn't know it was going to be the last time.
We cannot let this go lightly. This is all because of hatred being installed in people's hearts.
It's just such a hard one. Who's the perp, do you think? Like, who's going to be the guy who did it? Who's the one who did it? On one hand, you got people, you think this is going to be a trans woke leftist, lib loony leftist, whatever they always call it, communist. Is this a communist did this?
Authorities say the 2 teen suspects ages 17 and...
Who inspires the most hate against Muslims? I don't know, man. These anti-Muslim folks. It's weird because Donald Trump hates Muslims on TV, but then he goes and licks the balls of Mohammed bin Salman and the Qatari guy. And he's always, the Emirates. He loves the Emiratis. Kevin O'Leary is Emirati. It must be weird when they meet up, right? It's like, we've heard you talking shit. And he's like, I gotta do it, my base. My base loves when I talk shit on the Muslims. They love it. We love it because we love Israel. We love Israel, don't we, folks? We love Israel. They're the best country in the world, our best ally. Our greatest ally, Israel. They're the best, they're the greatest. We love them so much. We love them. More than Arnold Palmer. We love it more than Arnold Palmer. And I love women, but I love Arnold Palmer more.
18 carried out the attack. The suspects were later found nearby, dead, police say, from self-inflicted gunshot wounds. We are also learning anti-Islamic writings were found with the teen suspects and on one of the weapons, as well as a suicide note reported.
Whoa, anti-what? What the fuck did she just say? Anti-what?
Also learning anti-Islamic writings were found with the teen suspects and on one of the weapons, as well as a suicide note reportedly found. As police continue their investigation...
Read it. Well, we're not going to read it. We're going to let the FBI write it again, and then we'll read it to you.
The Muslim community has been left feeling vulnerable and uneasy. Back here at home, LAPD issuing this statement that says in part, quote, currently there is no known threat to Los Angeles. We are providing extra patrols at mosques, Islamic centers, and all houses of worship. Right now, we are outside the Islamic Center of Southern California here in Los Angeles, in Koreatown, and I can tell you there are already some people who have made their way inside of this house of worship, and we know that LAPD, again, is ramping up patrols, and at 2 o'clock this afternoon, we are expecting a news conference right here with the community. And
this religious stuff, it's always the same with these religions always shooting each other and shooting each other. What these religions, man? Can't you just chill? All you religious people, it's always like peace and love, and we love each other. We're supposed to be accepting of each other, turn the other cheek and all that. And then it's like, why do you guys constantly have to kill each other, dude? Stop. Just chill. Is it that hard to just be like a preacher going, hey guys, that's not... I know Muslims got a whole different thing going on, but let's not kill them, okay? Let's try to bring them on over with just talk, just chat. Let's just chat a little bit. They're not the evil empire. Remember when what did George W. Bush call the axis of evil? The axis of evil. Syria, Iran, Afghanistan. Well, I forget which. Who was in the axis of evil? Who were the axis of evil? Let me see. Who was the axis of evil countries? George W. Bush, 2002. Iran, Iraq, and North Korea. Man, that's what I was thinking. Iran, Iraq, and North Korea. I thought Syria was in there, too. I thought he hated Syria, too. But, hey, there you go. Iran, Iraq, and North Korea. The axis of evil. Look out! Yeah, you got it, Co-Sider. Yeah, I forgot about the North Koreans, man. He hated them, huh? Little Rocket Man. Can't sell religion without someone to hate. That's what I don't get, man. I feel like you can. Just chill. 99.99, etc. are all chill. Weirdo extremists are out there. You know, I like to say that about all of humanity, right? 99% of humans are totally chill, man. Perfectly harmless. Like squirrels. Like 99% of the squirrels you encounter, perfectly harmless. And then one is the one that comes into your house and terrorizes you and makes nests in your attic. It's just that one little fucker that ruins the lives of all the squirrels. Same thing with rats. You know, rats totally peaceful, want nothing to do with you, don't come in the house. They're out there. And then all of a sudden there's one in your house and you're like, I hate rats. It's the same thing, right? I'm not comparing people to rats, by the way. I know that's dangerous. I'm not doing that. Cuba, Syria, the nakedness gun opening scene. Oh, man, the nakedness gun opening scene. I love that idea. I don't know what you mean by that typo. Think nakedness gun opening scene. Oh, the Naked Gun. Yeah. The Naked Gun, the movie. They should have called it the Nakedness Gun, though, huh? I like that better. The Nakedness Gun is way funnier. The Naked Gun, it's not as funny. The Nakedness Gun. They should have done that. They should have workshopped that a little longer. The Nakedness Gun, so much funnier. Such a funnier idea, the Nakedness Gun. Great work. Gaddafi. Yeah, who's talking about Gaddafi? Gaddafi was balling back then, yeah. Yeah, so was I think Tupac was still alive. No, Tupac wasn't alive. He died in like 96. Damn it for Tupac. Because he used to have the outlaw immortals and Gaddafi. Never mind.
One of the most watched races in Kentucky is for the state's 4th congressional district. It is now the most expensive congressional race in U.S. history.
Now, Trump-backed Republican Ed Galbraith is looking to unseat Thomas Massie. Massie says that this race is a key test for American politics.
The whole nation.
It is. It looks like he's going to lose, though. It looks like you said the wrong thing about the wrong guy, and Donald Trump is going to punish you. It's not a cult, though, everybody. It's not a cult. MAGA is not a cult. Yes, if you speak against our dear leader, we will kill you. Metaphorically, of course. Or literally, we don't know yet. We might actually go that far. We will destroy you if you say one word critical of our guru. But it's not a cult, okay? It's not a cult, Penny. Listen. This is not a cult.
Is watching this race. The whole world is watching this race to see if a seat can be bought. President Trump would not be doing this if they were confident that they were winning, and they're worried that I'm going to win.
Meanwhile, on the other side, the president sent Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to help Galbraith's campaign.
When President Trump needs backup, Massie wants to debate process. When the movement needs unity, especially at the big...
When Donald Trump needs backup. What the fuck are you talking about? The Congress's job... Congress's job is not to back up the president. It's called checks and balances. You get it? You get it? You get it? It's called checks and balances for a reason. You're supposed to be an adversary of the president because the people need power and the president needs power and the judges need power. And if they're constantly at each other's throats and fighting for power, none of them will ever get too powerful. That's the whole point, is to not back up the president on every little thing. You can agree with him. You can disagree with him. You can support him. You can not support him on certain policies, whatever. But Hegseth, the president needs backup. He talks policy. Yeah, because policy is how the people of Kentucky, he serves the people of Kentucky, not President Trump. Unless this is a cult. It must be a cult. Sky, my lord. I'll be back. I love you for 1 billion years. Thank you. Love me for 1 billion years. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
This moment, Massey's willing to vote with Democrats.
Oh my God, you vote with Democrats? What are you? What are you? Loyal to your party or to your people? What the fuck Democrats did Massey vote with? He votes 99% of the time Republic. The one thing Massey did was say, I want those Epstein files. That's all he did. Never forget that is why he is being ousted. He's being ousted because of the Epstein files. Because Donald Trump is a chomo. He's a chomo. He's in the Epstein files 1 million times. We all know he's a pedophile. If you support Donald Trump, you're probably a pedophile too.
Recent polling shows Gal Ryan does better with senior citizen voters, with Massey having the advantage with younger Republicans. And WHAS 11 is excited to bring you election coverage you can count on. Join our very...
There you go. There you go.
It's now 5:30.
MAGA eats MAGA. It's finally time. It's finally time. Who else is on the chopping block today? How many other of his supporters will be axed because they simply asked, hey, what about those Epstein files? Remember that shit we promised people? Epstein files? Hey, remember when we said we'd never be in a war with Iran?
President Trump says he has called off an attack on Iran that was scheduled for today.
He says this decision comes after a request from Middle East allies to allow more time to reach an agreement for the end of the war. Douglas Zader joining us live in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Doug.
Exonerated. He was not exonerated. He was never exonerated. He's in there 1 million times. He's never been exonerated. It's not true. Donald Trump is a pedophile. He admits to being a pedophile. It's okay. It's not okay that he's a pedophile, but it's okay to say he's a pedophile because that's what he says he is. He admits to wanting 13-year-olds. He chats up 9-year-olds. He admits to breaking into teenage dressing rooms. He's a pedophile. Hangs out with pedophiles. All his friends are pedophiles. A lot of the people that he supports and condones, those people in jail for being pedophiles. You know how many pedophiles I know? None. Zero. Not a one. Even in my long life of all the people I've known who have gone to jail, never a one went to jail for that. If somebody was one, I didn't know about it. And I don't know them today unless there's some secret one somewhere around. But he's got multiple. It'd be weird, like if you knew a guy who went to jail for assaulting children, then that's one. And you'd be like, oh my God, how didn't I know? How didn't I see it? Oh my God, right? You'd be crushed. How couldn't I see it? Imagine if you had like 10, 12, 15. Imagine if the guy that you handpicked to direct your wife's movie was one. Imagine if your best friend was one. Imagine if the guy who introduced your wife to you was one. Imagine if your Treasury Secretary was one. Like, you know, so many. Steve Bannon. Come on.
Good morning. The president is expected to meet in the Situation Room at the White House today with his national security team to discuss really what comes next in Iran following this pretty sudden change of course. A procession through Tehran as Iranians defiantly celebrate. Iranian state television broadcast a warning from the head of Iran's joint military command, saying forces were prepared even after President Trump announced his latest move.
We were getting ready to do a very major attack tomorrow. I put it off for a little while, hopefully maybe forever.
I put it off for a little while, but I don't know.
Possibly for a little while.
The president said yesterday that attack was planned for today, and all of this played out on social media. On Sunday, the president wrote, "For Iran, the clock is ticking, and they better get moving fast, or they're..."
The clock is ticking, and he published himself with the nuclear bomb button. So classy, such a classy guy. Iran won. Well, win or lose. I mean, Iran embarrassed a superpower, and that's always a win, right? Embarrassing a superpower always is worth something. This rodeo clown. But I mean, how this guy's incapable of being embarrassed. Look at his PFP. Look at his PFP. This is how this man chooses to present himself to the world. a rodeo clown. Face painted like a rodeo clown. The clock is ticking.
Won't be anything left of them. And yesterday, the reversal. We will not be doing the scheduled attack of Iran tomorrow.
I was at
by
Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others. If we could put it off for 2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are getting very close to making a deal.
That deal, he says, will have to cover Iran's nuclear program, something Iran has refused to abandon. This may be part of a last-ditch effort.
I think
was that fucking Mark Cuban next to him? Is that Mark? It is Mark Cuban giving him the side eye. What the hell is Mark Cuban? That's Mark Cuban, right? Standing next to Oz. What is Mark Cuban doing there? Mark Cuban. What the hell? You could talk shit on Donald Trump if you're a billionaire.
The president understands that he needs to induce Iran to come to the negotiating table. He's giving Iran...
Yeah, he let UAE, Qatar get him to taco with his or Iran threats. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. He's just a foreign asset. He is a man who's owned by foreign governments. The people are screwed, and Donald Trump is making billions.
One more day, but I don't see any evidence that we're going to be able to avoid additional military strikes.
And the president is promising what he calls a full, large-scale assault if a deal isn't reached. Back to you guys.
Yeah, once again, it's a wait and see. All right, Doug Luzader, live in Washington. Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Right, 5:34 now. A new intelligence report.
Doug Luzader, I like that guy. I like that Doug Luzader. He always looks like he can't believe this shit. I know he's on Fox and he's supposed to be like Mr. Trumpy, but he's always like, and Trump just chickened out again, and I'm reading a teleprompter, and I can't believe I'm reading this shit right now. I love that guy, Doug Luzader. Billionaire Boys Club. That's the thing. If you're a billionaire, you're cool. Mark Cuban's okay. Yeah, Cuban was sucking Trump off for Trump. Yeah, the Trump RX, right? Because more drugs are available on Trump RX. Thank God I don't need drugs, man. Thank God I'm not on drugs, because I would be very upset to have to buy cheap drugs from Trump. Trump RX. Oh, my God. Give me the shotgun now. I'll swallow it. I'll swallow it. Swatches were cool back in the day. Swatches are still cool, okay, President Reagan? They're still cool. What's wrong with you, President Reagan? Oil projections say $7 no matter what happens now. Yeah, that's what I've seen too. I saw that in California. By June, it'll be $8 a gallon. Well, I'll be out. I'm leaving. I'm leaving California, y'all. You know I love it. You know I'm a huge fan of California, but I'm on my way. I'm packing up my bindle sack and hitting the road. That's like you know what a bindle sack? It's how it's like a hobo, you know, the stick with the bag at the end. I got my bindle sack.
Report reveals Cuba is stockpiling attack drones from Russia and Iran. Cuban officials are also discussing potential attacks on U.S. military targets in Guantanamo Bay and Key West. This comes as the U.S. tightens its blockade on the Caribbean island.
I think it's crazy that Cuba never did it. They blockaded that. You blockade me, and we let you stay at Guantanamo Bay. The first thing I would do if I were Cuba would bomb the shit out of Cuba, bomb the shit out of Guantanamo Bay, just bomb the shit out of them. Why the fuck does America have a base on Guantanamo Bay? It's ridiculous. I can't believe that they allow it.
Cuba's president has warned the U.S. that if they strike, Cuba will launch devastating attacks back. President Trump claims he is still open for diplomacy.
This morning, President Trump is at...
Wait a second. MTG moved to Costa Rica? Is that true? Marjorie Taylor Greene moved to Costa... Is that real? What? Did Marjorie Taylor Greene move to Costa Rica? Costa Rica move rumor follows Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's no confirmed evidence that Greene has relocated to Costa Rica. The claim spread this week. Laura Loomer, justified the claim by reporting that. What? Dude, if Marjorie Taylor Greene moves to Costa Rica, that is so nuts. That's how afraid she is of reprisals. Because you know she was on the take like all these other assholes, but she's going to be thrown to the wolves. Man, all the middle upper class are doing it. Damn, I need to go. I should be going to Costa Rica. What am I thinking? Maybe New Mexico's a bad idea. Costa Rica might be the right go, right? Costa Rica's cheaper than New Mexico. Am I making the wrong decision to go to Albuquerque? Yeah, what's up, Doc? I think I left at Albuquerque. What? I wish drugs didn't make me fall asleep instead of stopping my actual pain. Well, you gotta flee. She sold her house and she's moving to Costa Rica. No! The best frogs are the frogs in America. All the frogs are gay. Haven't you heard? Alex Jones, they're making the frogs gay! They're making the frogs gay in California. I'm sorry, in the United States. She did? She moved to Costa Rica? Should I move to Costa Rica instead of New Mexico? Everyone seems to tell me that Costa Rica is the place to be since America might soon be under siege, a crumbling empire falling to the woes of fascism and the whims of evil despots. See what Google does with that. Costa Rica offers a stable democracy, lush environment, and excellent health care, but it has a soaring cost of living and is not an escape hatch from global tensions. New Mexico, conversely, provides a highly affordable, culturally rich lifestyle without the legal and language hurdles of international relocation. Well, I speak Spanish. Hablo español, amigo. You might not know this about me, Google, pero hablo español porque nací en California. Weighing the realities of both options will clarify what matters to you long term. Costa Rica, the reality of paradise, boasts a high standard of living, abolished its military in 1948, and is frequently considered one of the safest, happiest countries in Latin America. The drawback: it's no longer an inexpensive place to live. Housing and groceries can rival U.S. prices, and you will have to deal with the residency bureaucracy. Property import taxes, navigating the Spanish language, that's not a problem. It is also still integrated into the global economy, making it vulnerable to geopolitical instability and anywhere else. What do they know that I don't know? Damn. What do the rich know that I don't know? How come they're going to Costa Rica? Peru. Peru's the place you ought to be? She can't escape the space lasers. Maybe I need to get the fuck out. Why not both? We should get to both. Gay frogs are well dressed and dance like a dragonfly. They're like, "Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal." That like the WB frog. That's my favorite frog. The WB frog. USD. Get that USD? Well, I mean, when you live in Peru, all the ladies want that USD. You know what I'm saying? They all want the USD for some reason.
For political revenge.
We're in a fight against the worst congressman in the history of our country. His name is Thomas Massie.
Massey's a Republican, but has often criticized the president over the national debt, the Iran war, and the Epstein files.
He's still in with the Epstein class. This is the Epstein administration.
Today's Kentucky House primary now seen as a crucial
It's funny. You talk about Epstein, this guy comes after you. It's funny. Thomas Massie. Hey, you gifted one. Can I get a W in the chat for welcome on our new channel member, Sky City Rebels Unite. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Honest Doubter. Thank you so much for giving away a free channel membership. Thank you. Thank you, Sky Jesus. You're welcome.
Of the president's power in an unusual move.
69. Smoky. Smoky Blondie. Smoky.
For a sitting defense secretary, Pete Hegseth also hitting the campaign trail for Massey's opponent, former Navy SEAL Ed Galrain.
And too often, Thomas Massie has acted like his job is to stand apart from the movement that President Trump leads instead of strengthening it.
Guys, this is some real Nazi shit. I'm sorry. Like, every time Hegseth talks, they stood apart from the party and therefore must be punished. Wir werden alle durch die Stirne schießen. Wir würden alle durch die Stirne schießen, dagegen der Trump geht. Du darfst nicht etwas sagen gegen den Herr Trump, unser Führer. Ist genau die einzige Person, das uns retten kann. That was German. I speak German too. Maybe I should move to a German-speaking country. Is there a German-speaking country that I could move to that could save me from the hellscape of America?
With the midterm election less than 6 months away, voters are also heading to the polls today for primaries in 5 other states. Among the issues, war in the Middle East. The president now says he's delayed another attack on Iran.
I was asked by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others if we could put it off.
All the Arab countries that you all hate, they're all telling me what to do now. I love those guys.
2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are getting very close to making a deal.
President Trump also weighing in on a controversial new move by his Justice Department after the president dropped multiple lawsuits against the federal government, including...
This is fun. He didn't drop the lawsuit. This is all propaganda. Here we go. He just made $2 billion of your money. He settled the case of himself. He sued himself and then settled with himself to take $2 billion instead of $10 billion. $1.8 billion Donald Trump just stole from the American government. Just stole it. Just straight up stole it. There's not even, I think, a controversy about this. He just stole $2 billion from the American government.
The IRS for a leak of his tax returns. In exchange, the DOJ setting up what it calls an anti-weaponization fund, using nearly $1.8 billion of taxpayer money to pay Trump allies who say they were unfairly prosecuted by the Biden administration.
There you go. We're going to pay Trump allies $1.8 billion because they think that they were targeted by the Biden administration. I thought that he was sleeping all day long. What do you mean they were targeted?
These were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by
Really
a system
brutally.
that was so corrupt.
Really brutally, you know. They looked at their taxes. Brutal. Hey, we just bombed a school full of children. Hey, you know, shit happens. Hey, they brutally died while they were screaming and begging for help. We bombed them again, making sure that all of them died. That's not that bad, you know. War happens. War just happens. But these poor guys over here, they had to show their taxes, and that is brutal. That's brutal. Let me tell you, that's the worst thing that can happen to a man. Worst thing that can happen. It's up on par with raping a teenager.
That potentially includes January 6th rioters whom the president pardoned. Overnight, the New York Times reporting the top lawyer at the Treasury Department resigned in the wake of the fund's creation.
Even though the DOJ says Trump and his family won't get paid from the fund, Democrats are calling the president's move corrupt and abuse of power and the MAGA slush fund. House Democrats are filing a brief seeking to stop the settlement. Savannah?
What do you think? They're going to stop the settlement? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, Gabe, thank you. We want to turn now to Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press. Kristen, good morning. Let's go back to the primaries and talk about this Kentucky race. I mean,
I don't want to talk about the Kentucky race. It's going to be depressing.
Recent primaries in other states, the president has demonstrated his resilience with Republican primary voters. Can Massey pull this off in Kentucky?
Well, he can, but it's going to be close, Savannah. Look, tonight is another test of
Savannah.
President Trump's strength and grip over the Republicans.
Savannah, how's your mom doing? How's your mom doing, Savannah? Did they find her? Did they find her mom? Savannah's back at work. Did they ever find Nancy Guthrie? No, Nancy Guthrie has not been found. No, she's still missing. Poor man, I haven't thought about Nancy Guthrie for about 24 hours, and then I see Savannah Guthrie, and I'm so sad for her. Her mother has been kidnapped. Her mother has been kidnapped, and the FBI has done nothing. Done nothing.
Republican Party. He's endorsed some 36 candidates in the Republican Party. And of course, the biggest race is going to be that Kentucky House race by far. Look, just 2 years ago, Savannah, Congressman Massey won his primary with more than 75% of the vote. This time, he's running neck and neck with his opponent, Ed Gallurine. The race is the most expensive primary House race in U.S. history. Just think about that. More than $30 million.
You never knew who this person was? Who? Savannah Guthrie? That's not Savannah Guthrie. The other lady, Savannah Guthrie.
Has been spent. So it gives you a sense of how much effort the president has poured into this. Massey has clashed with President Trump like few other Republicans. Now, look, a few months ago, President Trump even said he just wanted a warm body to challenge Massey. You can kind of think of this like a family feud within the GOP.
If it's got a hole in a heartbeat, let's do it, yeah.
And also attest to how much a Republican lawmaker can actually disagree with the president and survive politically. This weekend, Senator Lindsey Graham telling me that...
That's zero. That's why Senator Graham has pulled an about face. He agrees with everything Donald Trump says because he's so afraid of him.
This is still the party of Trump. We'll get a better sense of that tonight, Savannah and Craig.
Yeah, we saw what happened down in Louisiana.
There she is.
Just on a macro level.
The woman on the left, that's Savannah Guthrie. And her mom, I'm guessing, is presumed dead at this point. I mean, she's been missing a long time. She's 82 or something. She's in her 80s. I mean, that poor lady. I feel so bad for her, man. She's just a news lady. And someone broke into her mom's house and took her mom. And she's like, I'll pay you whatever you want. They still don't have her.
Here, less than 6 months now until the midterms. What are you...
She's still showing up for work, homie. Like, God, that's got to be so bad. You still got to go to work. I mean, when my mom died, I had a high-pressure job. And it was hard going back to work, man. After 2 weeks or something, you try to get back into work. You try to like bury yourself, try to keep your mind off of it. But my mom was actually dead. She doesn't even know if her mom's dead. It's just a mystery. Of course she's probably dead, but still.
Seeing in terms of strategy from Democrats and Republicans in the battle for control of Congress?
It's a good question because tonight is, of course, going to set the stage for November. The GOP has had a series of legal victories lately. That's a big part of their strategy, their effort to rewrite congressional maps. And all told, Republicans may actually be able to pick up an extra 6 to 10 House seats because of those victories. But look, the Democrats feel like they have the messaging and momentum on their side. They've put the economy and affordability front and center. In a recent New York Times poll, in fact, President Trump's approval rating is down at 37%, 59% disapproving. That's a new low. And his policies from the Iran war to the economy are also deeply unpopular. And look, that same poll found voters saying if the election were held today, they'd go for the Democratic congressional candidate by 11 points. So a couple of things we'll be watching for tonight: the strength of the turnout, who shows up to vote, are there any cracks in the MAGA base, and what all of this tells us about enthusiasm as we head to the fall. Craig, Savannah.
All right, well, stay hydrated, Kristen. It's a long night for you. We'll be watching as the results roll in. Complete Decision 2026 coverage throughout the evening. It'll be live on NBC.
Wow, it's a lot of states up for grabs. Everyone's talking about Kentucky, though, because of this Massey thing. You can't say shit about the president. Don't question your dear leader. It's not a cult. It's not a cult, but don't ask any questions. You worm face. Don't ask any questions, worm face. Don't you ask any questions.
All right, now to a Fox weather alert. Right now, a massive wildfire is ripping through Simi Valley, California, torching more than 1,400 acres. Officials say
I'm leaving California, so thank God. I got to get out. I got to get out of I'm nowhere near Simi Valley. Simi Valley's like probably 75, 100 miles away from me. But still, Simi Valley, 13 acres are ablaze. First fire of the summer.
More than 750 firefighters are on scene battling the flames, which remain 0% contained. More than 29,000 residents are under evacuation orders, with another 11,000 under evacuation warnings. All Simi Valley Unified schools will be closed today. The fire destroying at least one home. There are no reported deaths or injuries. The cause is under investigation.
Ebola search. That's good. That's good. I'm glad that they're investigating the cause of the Simi Valley fire. This is fire season. We had a lot of rain in California this year, so I'm hoping that that there's no major ones. 1,300 square feet is not that crazy. So hopefully, 1,300 square miles. Sorry, 1,300 square acres. I don't know. Big fire. It's not as big as it could be. So hopefully, no whammies. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. That's what we want. Biggest fires in the biggest national forest in America is New Mexico. What? Not in Albuquerque. Not in Albuquerque. Acres. That's what it was. Acres. Yeah. Not in Albuquerque. Let's Google. Do I have to worry about wildfires if I live in Albuquerque? Yes, you should worry about what? Damn it! As the area values high risk of both direct fire exposure and poor air quality from regional blazes. The Bosque National Forest, the foothills, the red flag warnings, smoke pollution. Damn it. Damn it. Should I be more worried living in Orange County or Albuquerque when it comes to wildfires? Let's see what it says. Survey says, you should be generally more worried about wildfires living in Orange County than in Albuquerque. Boom! All right, good. That's a win. Clock that up on the pro side. Okay. While both regions face distinct real threats, Orange County, California regularly ranks as one of the most wildfire-susceptible counties in the country due to its massive population density, immense property values, and violent seasonal wind patterns. Albuquerque faces significant risk in specific neighborhoods, but its overall potential for catastrophic widespread suburban destruction is lower. Hell yeah! Okay. All right, feeling good about Simi Valley, feeling good. All right, feeling good about moving away from California. I'm going to miss you, California. Stanton is calling me. Stanton is not calling me. No, Stanton is not calling me.
Are spiking online. Let's bring in emergency room physician and ABC News medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton. And Doc, thank you for being here this morning. What do we know about how this outbreak started?
Well, the exact start of this outbreak is difficult to pinpoint, but what's clear is that it likely started weeks before detection, Michael. Most outbreaks begin with what's called a spillover event, when the virus transfers from an animal host to a human host. And the Ebola virus is actually a family of viruses that naturally lives in fruit bats. And this current outbreak is due to a rare strain of that family of viruses called the Bundy-Bujo strain. It's a majority of adults, 20s to 30s, and now we've got so far hundreds of cases. What's important about this strain is that
we got Ebola, we got Hanta, we got COVID, we got all the diseases that you can throw at us. Can't can't wait to see the next pandemic. I've been begging for a do-over, y'all. Can we please do a do-over on the lockdown? Please, just don't wash your hands. Do not social distance. Whatever you do, if you see a dead body, try to touch the dead body, because Ebola can live for a long time on a dead body. That's a lot of the times viruses, as soon as you die, the virus dies, but not Ebola. Ebola, you could just touch a dead body and bleh, you got the Ebola, man. Please do me a favor, contract viruses. Do not wash your hands. Do not social distance. Please go to large crowds, like go to big super spreader events like Coachella is a good one. Go to indoor events. Try to make them indoor, though. Try to go to big indoor events. Go to church more. Go to church a lot more. Please, especially the ones that are like handling animals, handling snakes. Those are great. Try to be around bats as much as possible, please. Bats are great friends and pets. Please get a bat pet. And if you eat pangolins, eat more pangolins. Okay, just eat more pangolins. They're great for you. They're good for you. Something about their scales or something are good for. Eat more pangolins, folks. I mean, why not? Ebola, 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 Ebola. I'm here to report good news, folks. I am still Ebola free. I'm still lick a bat. Please lick a bat. Lick a bat. Eat more chickens. Eat more chickens, because bird flu as well. We got lots of bird flu in America. You could get bird flu. Visit chicken production facilities. Go to the farms where they're making the chickens. Go to the production facilities where the chickens are confined in small quarters, millions at a time, right next to each other, and genetically similar animals, to go visit them. They're wonderful to see. Go to a chicken slaughterhouse. They're wonderful to see. Go. There's some in Minnesota. Lots in Minnesota. You should go. Please, and then don't wash your hands. Well, that's the key. Go to these places, don't wash your hands. If you see a cow, like at a dairy, and you're driving down the road and you see a cow by the road, get out of your car. Pet the cow. Pet the cow. And don't wash your hands. Please. Cows have been known to be great carriers of many, many diseases, including bird flu. And we especially if you already have the flu, this is my favorite thing. If you already have a cold or a flu or some kind of virus, and you go to a dairy where there's lots of bird flu, you could, it's amazing. In your blood, two viruses, they can exchange DNA. Or is it RNA? Whatever they got. Their version of RNA, DNA, whatever they got inside of them. I think it's RNA. A virus, and then you have a superbug, and now your flu virus and your bird flu virus, your human flu and your bird flu, bam, now we're talking. We're going to get a do-over. I want another lockdown. I want sourdough starters and cupcakes and Tiger King. I'm going to finally watch Tiger King. I'm finally watching Tiger King, okay? Chinatown at 4 a.m. Go to Chinatown at 4 a.m. Yes. When is Kaporos, man? Oh, man, I love this stuff. Go to a live market in your town. Every one of your town has one. A carniceria or a vivera. Go to one. Go to a halal one where they chop the goat's throat right in front of you. Do that. Please.
There is no targeted vaccine, there is no targeted treatment, and it seems to be spreading quickly.
How contagious is it? And do people here at home have to worry about this?
Well, the risk to the average American is overall low, but it's important to understand that this is a highly fatal infection. We're talking about as high as 50%. 1 out of every 2 people who gets this infection may die, and that's why health officials are defining this as a public health emergency. Now, transmission requires direct contact with bodily fluids, and it can last on surfaces. But again, the overall risk of this transferring all the way to America is low, but the reasoning why we have to control this is because the risk of...
Last time they had an outbreak, it came all the way to America, killed... How many people died? I don't know, how many people died of Ebola during the last time it was scary, like during the Obama years? Okay. The virus infected more than 28,600 people. It killed 11,325. The vast majority occurred in West Africa. Okay, but I want the U.S. numbers, man. Okay. 11 people in the U.S. Dang it, that's not enough. We'll never get to a shutdown if only, but that was under Obama. He had his shit together a little bit better than Donald Trump. 11 people got it in the United States. That ain't enough for a shutdown. But hey, Donald Trump is really good at fumbling any kind of global emergency. So I'm hoping he fumbles this one. Ebola comes here. I'm going to be safe. I wash my hands. I don't touch dead people. I don't touch animals. I don't eat animals. I got nothing to do with it. I'll be fine. I'll be making my sourdough starter. Okay? I want to be in a lockdown. I want a lockdown, please.
The spreading beyond its borders is.
I did the last one so badly last time. I was working the whole time. Just do it for me. Do it for the skipper. Do it for Captain Skyjack. Please don't wash your hands. Just
very high.
Eat lots of animals. Go to lots of fast food places, please. And then we can get a global pandemic. You might die, but you gotta crack some eggs to make an omelet.
Becoming an international emergency is at stake.
Wow. Okay. All right, Doc. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Well, the reviews are in, and they're pretty much unanimous. I mean, quote, one of the single most corrupt acts in American history. Quote, corruption unparalleled in American history. Quote, the most brazen theft and abuse of taxpayer dollars by any president in American history. Quote, the largest single act of grand larceny in American history. 5 stars. Most corrupt thing ever. People are grasping for words to...
Wait a second, Honest Doubter. Hold on, Honest Doubter. Anarchist begging for government to tell him he can't leave his house? No, man. I'm begging the government to tell you not to leave your house. What are you talking about? I'm going to do whatever I want. I don't recognize the government. I try to do as little as what they say anyway. So, not me. Not me. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I worked the last one. I don't want to work this one. Next time there's a lockdown. And also, I'm engaging what we call in the business satire. When I tell people to eat animals so that we can have another global lockdown, I'm really telling them, hey, you stupid, filthy bastards, stop eating animals. You caused the last pandemic. Tofu never caused a pandemic, okay? Soybeans never caused a pandemic. Fucking with animals does, every time. Ebola comes from animals. Bird flu, obviously. Swine flu, obviously. MERS, animals. SARS, animals. COVID came from animals. What else? Oh, yeah, the bubonic plague. That always comes from animals. Stop fucking around with animals, you stupid idiots. Are you that stupid? Every time you buy an egg, you are taking us one step closer to a global pandemic, to people dying of COVID or bird flu or any of these diseases. Thank you so much. HIV, yes, HIV. Thank you very much. That's a great one. That was a banger, huh? The HIV, man. When I was a kid, I couldn't believe it. Freddie Mercury died. I was like, I just found out who Queen was. I was like, keep that shit alive. Keep that shit alive. Do 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 do. And then all of a sudden he's dead. He did not keep that shit alive. Keep that shit alive. Keep that shit alive. Keep yourself alive. No, you're gonna get dead from HIV. Blue Jays are pretty, but they are mean. Yeah. Okay.
Adequately describe the unprecedented nature and magnitude of what President Donald Trump is attempting to do right now. And this isn't even about the whole stocks fiasco we just talked about a couple minutes ago, which has also been revealed over the last few days, in which the president appears to have been buying stocks in companies right before he actively took steps as president to boost those companies. Multiple times, millions of dollars. I mean, that might be the biggest presidential corruption scandal in American history.
Is that how it goes? Keep yourself alive. Keep yourself alive. Better go wash your fucking hands, you filthy piece of shit. Keep yourself alive. Keep yourself alive. If you eat an animal, you know that you probably deserve to die. That's it. Like that? Is that what it is? Yes, that's what it is. Great. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Skyjack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. And boy, I'm just happy that you're here. This is the #1 news reaction show on YouTube and YouTube history. You helped make this show the #1 news reaction show in YouTube history. And I'm just happy that you're here. The Morning Sky Show, the #1 news reaction show. Thank you for being here. Let's keep going.
Were it not for this other thing breaking at the same time about the same U.S. president. This $1.8 billion taxpayer dollars, $1.8 billion in taxpayer funds that Donald Trump is liberating from the U.S. Treasury to pay out to his friends and allies.
He stole $1.7 billion from you. Bend over and take it like a man. Bend over and take it like a man. There's a Freddie Mercury joke in there somewhere. God damn it. But I'm not going to tell it. Bend over and take it like a man. Donald Trump is here. He's taken your $1.7 billion.
And look, I know there's a lot of coverage today that has described this fund. First of all, they're describing this $1.7 billion. It's $1.8 billion. But you're also seeing a lot of descriptions, a lot of headlines about this thing, describing this fund as some kind of settlement of Trump's ridiculous lawsuit against the IRS.
Eazy-E died as well when I was a kid, man. Everybody, I remember so many people were dying. Keith Haring. I mean, I was just a kid, and I was just learning about I loved Keith Haring. I loved Eazy-E. I loved Freddie Mercury. And they all just started dying. It's like just when you started liking people, they started. I liked NWA like in the 3rd grade. And by the time the 7th grade, this is only 4 years later, Eazy-E's dead of AIDS. God damn. Shit was killing everybody. Pedro from the Real World? You took Pedro from the real world. Pedro, he died. And they still didn't lock us down. That we didn't get a lockdown. They should have locked us down. We should have locked it down, man. Worn some masks. Everyone had to walk around with just wearing a condom. Even flaccid, you just had to wear one. It's like, hey, you just got to wear one all the time. It's not working? Well, still wear it. Put a condom on your penis, even if you're not using your penis, in order to stop the spread of HIV. Please. It's for the grandmas.
With all due respect to my friends in the beleaguered mainstream U.S. media, I got to say that coverage and those headlines need to be refreshed. Because while Trump might have talked about his grievance against the IRS as a pretext to explain.
Why is a 3rd grader listening to NWA? Because in the 80s, we weren't a bunch of fucking pussies, Johnny Vegan Seed. Because in the 80s, we just did. We listened to Guns N' Roses, NWA, Metallica, 2 Live Crew, and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, if you wanted to go vanilla. But we listened to all that stuff. Bon Jovi. And well, Bon Jovi was pretty vanilla too. We listened to Poison, Ozzy Osbourne biting the heads off of bats. Come on, man. You guys don't remember? Johnny Vegan Seed. Because we weren't a bunch of little pussies back then. That's why. We listened to NWA. I'll tell you something really funny. I'm going to tell you something really funny right now. The N-word. I know, it's a controversial topic. I generally don't say it, but I feel like if you are singing it, especially if you're singing an NWA song, you should be allowed. Because when I was in the 3rd grade, I didn't know what NWA stood for. You know how I heard that word for the first time, really? Was listening to the lyrics of NWA. So when I see Ice Cube going like, oh, that word cuts like a knife, you can't say it. Fuck you! I was in 3rd grade. You taught me that word, Ice Cube. You taught me that word, and it was kayfabe. You were faking it, man. It was all fake. NWA was just WWE kayfabe, man. That wasn't real. It was fake danger. You were sitting there in your room writing lyrics and making beats with Dr. Dre, who famously wears women's makeup and stuff to be in his previous band. Like, this is not. And then you adopt this like hardcore homeboy persona, but it was all bullshit, and that's okay. Just like the dangerous mask that Guns N' Roses wore. It's all bullshit. But now you're going to say that word is a special word that no one's allowed to say. I don't say it because it makes other people feel uncomfortable. That's fine. I try to be tactful. I try to be polite. But this whole thing where Ice Cube, of all people, telling me not to say it or no one's allowed to say it, Ice Cube can go fuck himself. It's like Keith Richards telling kids not to do drugs. Keith Richards doesn't get to tell me not to do drugs, okay? And Ice Cube doesn't get to tell me not to say the N-word. Because when I was in the 3rd grade, he was making money off of me and my friends with our little ghetto blasters and our tape decks, and we're like, what the we used to take during recess. We used to take our little ghetto blaster and then go in the far corner of the playground where the teachers couldn't hear us, and we would huddle around this little ghetto blaster listening to NWA and like going, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? and we would like analyze the lyrics in the 3rd grade. So, look, I don't say that word unless I'm alone singing NWA, okay? Or Wu-Tang Clan or any of the others. If you're alone in your room and you're listening to hip-hop music, you can say it. Situational awareness, you know. I don't say it in public because it's not a good word to say in public. People get very upset, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I don't want to be the asshole that hurts people's feelings. But damn, Ice Cube, Mr. fucking Disney man, Ice Cube can go fuck himself in his own asshole. Piece of shit. Fuck Ice Cube. I still love your music, Ice Cube. your music still, I love Ice Cube music, but his commentary, come on. Anyway, the real gangster is not Ice Cube. The real gangster is Donald Trump. He just stole $1.7 billion, $1.8 billion from you.
What he wanted to do here, the way this has worked out, it's basically totally unrelated. This pot of money, this $1.8 billion is not actually meaningfully connected to Trump's supposed grievance against the IRS. His lawsuit against the IRS is gone. Trump dropped it. So this $1.8 billion, this is not like a settlement that's being overseen by a judge or something. It is just something that Donald Trump told the government.
Ghetto Blaster is racist? Come on, Nurse Rod. Ghetto Blaster is not racist. What do you mean Ghetto Blaster is racist? I was living in L.A. We had Ghetto Blasters. What do you mean? Ghetto Blaster is not a racist term. Most of us were in school. We were a pretty mixed crowd. I think it's funny. At school, I had more white people around me, but at home, we had almost like most of my friends were black or from a different country, like Israel. I had an Israeli family that was really cool. I had 2 black families and an Italian family. And I was the only one that was like waspy white kid.
Government he controls to give him. And so now the government he controls is going to put almost $2 billion into a fund for him at the Justice Department, and Trump's attorney general will control the money. There is no judge involved. Neither the courts nor Congress is approving any settlement or overseeing any part of this. This is just Trump getting a ton of taxpayer money to dole out. Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin today called it, quote, nothing but a racket designed to take taxpayer dollars out of the Treasury and pour it into a huge slush fund for Trump at DOJ to hand out to his private militia of insurrectionists, rioters, and white supremacists, including those who brutally beat police officers.
I mean, this is the real, this is like, it's going to be, this is, I think, one of the biggest stories, one of the biggest scandals in American history, and I feel like it's going to go away. No one's going to be talking about this in a week. It's one of the worst scandals in American history. And I don't think anyone's going to talk about it in a week or 2. Yeah. Racism's been around for centuries? Yeah, for centuries, yeah. About 500 years, people have been racist. But, we could stop it. Rachel Maddow is the only person talking about this with the kind of incredulity that it requires.
Well, Donald Trump is now just 27 days away from completing the 80th year of his life. And on this, the 338th day of Donald Trump's 80th year, he finally said, I don't want to be stupid.
I fucking love Lawrence O'Donnell, man. Do you think his friends call him Larry?
Too late, Donald. Too late. The time to not want to be stupid is not when you are president of the United States. The time to not want to be stupid is when you are in elementary school or at the very latest high school. And the solution to the problem of possibly being stupid is to do your homework, something Donald Trump has never done.
That's
Donald
true.
Trump's ghost-written first book tells stories of his life growing up as a spoiled rich kid. And in his school years, there is nothing about pulling all-nighters as final exams approach. There is nothing about academic excellence or academic striving, because Donald Trump was still sane enough to know in 1987, when the book was published, that if he claimed to graduate from college summa cum laude, that kind of lie would be easily caught and exposed. There is a story proudly told in that book of Donald Trump punching one of his teachers in elementary school, which is a very strong indicator.
I read this stupid book. That's so funny. Donald Trump, the MAGAs never do their homework. Do you remember when RFK Jr. released his big thing about his big plan for the health of America? And it had a bunch of bullshit references because it was all written by ChatGPT. Do you remember that? That was just a year ago. A year ago, dude.
Of being very, very stupid. Because it's Donald Trump telling a story about him punching a teacher. There's no reason to believe it because Donald Trump lies about everything and he always has. But either way, actually punching a teacher in elementary school or inventing a story about punching your teacher in elementary school is a mark of grotesque stupidity. We in the news media are now struggling to keep up with two constantly expanding stories about Donald Trump, the corruption and the stupidity. And it has been impossible to really keep up with both of those stories because they are each so enormous and always expanding. There is a new facet of Trump corruption and Trump stupidity revealed every day, but at the same time, not all of the corruption is visible, and not all of the stupidity is visible, and some items in both categories just aren't big enough to make it into our coverage of the day. One small example of stupidity that you will probably hear nothing about anywhere else is the 90-day extension of the breathtakingly stupid waiver of the Jones Act that begins today. The extension begins today, making Donald Trump's waiver of the Jones Act the longest waiver in the history of that obscure law.
Jesus.
The Jones Act requires that all cargo shipping between harbors in the United States must be carried on American-flagged ships, American crews. No foreign-flagged ships are allowed to transport anything from, say, New York Harbor to Boston Harbor or any other American port. The law is designed to protect the jobs of American maritime workers on ships.
Sounds like a good law, right? You shouldn't have a boat from China take goods from Boston to Boca Raton, right? That makes sense. That's a good law. Donald Trump thinks that that law isn't a good idea. Imagine being proud of punching a music teacher, the nicest teachers usually I know. Well, Donald Trump hates music. I mean, he's literally dancing to a song that came out 50 years ago about gay sex at the Young Men's Christian Association, the YMCA. So, you know, he's about as gangster as he's about as gangster. Yeah, he's not very gangster.
And working in the ports. And Donald Trump has suspended that law because of his war in Iran, which a New York Times poll, a new New York Times poll, says 64% of Americans believe was a mistake. The poll doesn't use the word stupid mistake, just uses the phrase the wrong decision.
You know,
but surely tens of millions of Americans believe that Donald Trump's war was a
everyone thinks that Americans are so dumb, but we're not that dumb. If 64% of Americans realize that Iran was a bad decision, take heart, dear hearts. Americans aren't that stupid. The problem is the Electoral College means that people in Oklahoma, where child marriage had 36 Republicans vote against banning it. Does that sentence make sense? 36 Republicans voted against banning child marriage in Oklahoma. And that state has an incredible amount of power when it comes to per capita because of the Electoral College. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that fun? Ain't that fun? It's also has way too much power because it has 2 senators for some goddamn reason. 2 senators in Oklahoma because we're idiots in America. But we're not all idiots. 64% of Americans believe that it was the wrong decision. I've heard as high as 75% of Americans think that the war in Iran was a bad idea. So, you know, something.
Stupid mistake by Donald Trump. And to compound that stupid mistake, Donald Trump actually thinks that the price of gasoline in America can somehow be made cheaper by suspending the Jones Act and allowing foreign ships to transport goods and fuel and anything else from one American port to another, even though there is absolutely no economic evidence that that could have the slightest effect on the price of gasoline anywhere in the country. Waivers to the Jones Act are rare and usually targeted at a specific emergency. President Biden waived the Jones Act in 2022 to allow a foreign flag tanker, just one, to deliver fuel to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Fiona.
That makes sense. Hey, we need to get someone over to Puerto Rico. Like and subscribe. We need to get someone over to Puerto Rico. Like and subscribe if you love Puerto Ricans. I love Puerto Ricans. Boricua, Morena, Boricua, Morena. Who doesn't love Puerto Rico, man? I've always wanted to go there, man. The island of... Is it the island of enchantment or something? What is the... I forget. Island... I'm going to die if I don't know. What's Puerto Rican's motto? Is like Island of Enchantment or something? Yes, the Island of Enchantment, La Isla del Encanto. Man, who doesn't like that? La Isla de Encanto. Man, I should move to Puerto Rico. I could hang out with Logan Paul or something. He has a house there. Man, this popular nickname highlights the island's captivating natural beauty, rich culture, history, and vibrant landscapes. I've never been.
That's a typical use of...
I've always wanted to go to Puerto Rico, La Isla del Encanto. Who doesn't love that shit?
A limited targeted emergency use of a Jones Act waiver.
Bad Bunny. I'm going to write in Bad Bunny. I think I'm going to write in Bad Bunny in the next presidential election. I'm writing him in.
Donald Trump, who claims to be the American president more concerned with American jobs than any other president in American history, now faces this objection from the Seafarers Union to his waiver of the Jones Act. Quote, America's maritime labor unions are deeply concerned about the administration's broad Jones Act waiver, which undermines our national security, weakens military readiness, and hands critical maritime work to foreign vessel operators.
That's the maritime labor leaders? Jesus Christ.
Or any other president. Waiving the Jones Act for what will now be 150 days would be a major story that would provoke emergency congressional hearings that would clearly demonstrate the utter pointlessness of such a waiver. But for Donald Trump, it's just a tiny entry in a long list of very stupid choices. And
like, forget about Costa Rica, man. Puerto Rico. Man, I'm going to ask, because you know what? La Isla del Encanto. I think that New Mexico is the land of enchantment. If Puerto Rico is the island of enchantment and New Mexico is the land... Damn it, try again. If Puerto Rico is the island of enchantment and New Mexico is the land of enchantment, should I be considering relocating to Puerto Rico instead of New Mexico? Even though I'm pretty married to the idea of going to New Mexico, moving to Albuquerque, but I would consider Puerto Rico if you made a case for me. Let's see what Google says. It makes total sense that you're captivated by the Encanto duo. New Mexico is the land of enchantment. Puerto Rico is the island of enchantment. However, relocating to Puerto Rico from the U.S. mainland is a much bigger lifestyle leap than moving to Albuquerque. Okay. If you're already leaning towards Albuquerque, it's for good reason. It offers a much easier, highly affordable, and seamless transition. Albuquerque is highly affordable with a low medium home price and cost of living. Great. Mainland conveniences, U.S. dollars, familiar banking. Okay. Outdoor vibe. Yeah. Case for Puerto Rico. Climate and scenery. Instead of high desert vistas and mountains, you step into a year-round tropical paradise with rainforest, white sand beaches, and bioluminescent bays. Oh my God, that sounds amazing. While English is widely spoken, you'll be immersed in a rich Hispanic and Caribbean culture. I speak Spanish. Why the fuck don't you know that yet? World-class cuisine and historic Spanish colonial architecture. Sounds good. If you have a specific kind of business or an investor or have remote income, Puerto Rico offers Act 60, which provides highly favorable tax. I don't have any of those things. I don't care about that. Damn it, I'm poor. So it's for rich people again. Trade-offs. Groceries and goods are really expensive because everything has to be shipped to the island. Damn it! I can't do that then. You'll need a budget for a car, and you should be prepared to invest in solar power and batteries to navigate frequent power grid outages. Nah. All right. I'm out. Damn it. I don't want to live like a refugee. Tom Petty said I don't have to live like a refugee, and I'm not going to do it.
Broken promises about his devotion to American workers and American jobs. And the New York Times reporting on its poll showing Donald Trump at a new low in the New York Times poll of a 37% approval. Brent Klein Jr., a Republican who voted for Donald Trump in 2020 and 2024, told
Virtual reality, me, Puerto Rico. Don't be so racist. Just because I'm white, I'm not allowed to move to Puerto Rico. I'm allowed to move wherever I want. I could do whatever I want to do. I'm a free living human being. I could do whatever I want. I don't give a shit what anybody says about the color of my skin. I don't give a fuck. Going where I want to go. I'll move anywhere. But no, I don't want to free fall. Yeah. Well, I will be free falling. And I'm free. I'll be free falling for a little while on a pole following the sun. Ooh, buy Little St. James. Great idea. I hear they got like a cute little temple with like the blue and white stripes on the Little St. James. We should buy that. Let's get together and buy that.
The New York Times quote, he's not doing what he said he was going to do. That's my biggest frustration with him. Mr. Klein, 43, the owner of a cleaning company who lives in Branson, Missouri, described himself as very pissed off with the president's decision to attack Iran without seeking congressional approval. I just want my family to live a good, healthy life, he added, and to not have to constantly pay more and more for food products and stuff.
Yeah, that would be great. You better not let Donald Trump hear you're saying about that. He'll primary you.
Speaking of history, Donald Trump is the first president in history to publicly promise to commit war crimes, which is in and of itself a war crime. He did it yesterday on social media.
He did do that. He keeps saying he wants to do war crimes. That's
saying,
true.
Quote, for Iran, the clock is ticking and they better get moving fast or there won't be anything left of them. Time is of the essence, exclamation point. The world has come to ignore Donald Trump's written threats of war crimes. The President of the United States yesterday said there won't be anything left of them. That would mean that Donald Trump was planning to kill every child in Iran.
Hey, listen, I am well aware of my white privilege. I'm well aware of it. What am I supposed to do about it? What am I supposed to do about it? Tell me what I'm supposed to do about it. Should I move to a white neighborhood and only be around other whites? I didn't grow up around white people, really. I knew them at school, but like we didn't really. I had mostly other than white friends growing up. So like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? What am I supposed to do? Should I go live in Beverly Hills? Be with all the other whites? I got to navigate this world too. Tell me what I should do about it, please. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the Morning Sky Show, everybody. What are the chances Trump tries to make Carg Island our 51st state? Well, he better, or else this ain't all going to be worth it. 51st state? Probably not a state. It'd probably be a protectorate. Like Puerto Rico. What do we call them now? We don't call them protectorates anymore. We don't call them colonies anymore. We don't call them territories anymore. If we're not calling them protectorates or territories or colonies, what do we call Guam and American Samoa and Puerto Rico? What are they called now? Unincorporated territories. Of course they are. Unincorporated territories is what they're called today. Great. Technically, Puerto Rico is a commonwealth, a designation that recognizes a higher degree of local self-government and autonomy in its international affairs. Okay, but they still use dollars. Guam is an organized territory. American Samoa is the only populated unorganized territory. Its government structure isn't formally established by Congress. Yes. And its U.S. citizens are not its citizens are not U.S. citizens. They're U.S. nationals, but not U.S. citizens. American Samoa is really fucked up, actually, because they don't have constitutional rights in American Samoa. So, like, if you're gay there or whatever, or you're a woman, or I don't know, you're just not a guy. You're not a straight dude. You're basically just fucked if you live in American Samoa. Everyone loves the Samoans. They love The Rock. They love all that shit. But it's pretty messed up there, actually. They still got like witch doctors who run their towns and shit. They've got problems. That's all I'm saying. They got problems.
Every baby, every pregnant woman, every person in the country, and not one person in the world took Donald Trump seriously when he said that, because he has said it too many times before, more times than the world can keep track of. And the world knows, as the Iranian regime surely knows, that Donald Trump wasn't going to do it, that it was just another empty threat from Donald Trump. And sure enough, today on social media, Donald Trump said that he had decided, quote, to hold off our planned military attack on the Islamic Republic of Iran, which was scheduled for tomorrow. He claimed that the dictators of other countries in the region urged him not to commit any war crimes against Iran in the hope of concluding a peace agreement with Iran. And Donald Trump said, quote, this deal will include, importantly, no nuclear weapons for Iran, exclamation point. In other words, it will include exactly what was included in the deal President Obama and 5 other countries negotiated with Iran, in which Iran promised not to make nuclear weapons, not to pursue nuclear weapons in any way. Donald Trump ripped up that deal, negotiated by Secretary of State John Kerry.
He did.
In his first term as president. Donald Trump just dropped out of the deal. Donald Trump withdrew the United States from an agreement.
And now we're at war with
Iran
them.
Said in writing, quote, under no circumstances will Iran ever seek, develop, or acquire any nuclear weapons. And now
that was the old deal. Donald Trump ripped up that deal. Now he wants them to say we'll never have nuclear weapons again. Donald Trump is a fucking moron. It's just so painful. We knew we were going to go to war with Iran the second he ripped this shit up. I talked about it. Everybody talked about it. And then he ripped the shit up. And guess what? Now we're at war with Iran. He was begging for it. This is all planned. This isn't by accident. This is by design.
Donald Trump has gone to war to desperately attempt to get Iran to put that same sentence in writing again for him.
Because it's a lie.
Iran is refusing to do so. At 5:37 p.m. today, Donald Trump said, quote,
we were getting ready to do a very major attack tomorrow. I put it off for a little while, hopefully maybe forever, but possibly for a little while, because we've had very big discussions with Iran, and we'll see what they amount to. I was asked by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others if we could put it off for.
I would trust a witch doctor over RFK Jr. Well, sure. I mean, RFK Jr. basically is a witch doctor. There he is, right there. He's right over there in the dark behind Donald Trump.
I only wear skinny ties because my father wore skinny ties, and it makes me feel more like Kennedy. We're known for skinny ties. The worm is forcing me to say these things.
2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are getting very close to making a deal. And if we can do that, where there's no nuclear weapon going into the...
I love this. Trump sucks, but complaining about it doesn't do any good. Okay, bro. Thanks for the real constructive criticism there, buddy boy.
Iran, I think, and if they're satisfied, we will be...
Talking about politics isn't... Why do people talk about politics in America? Duh.
Probably satisfied also.
That's the man who said, I don't want to be stupid. So there is Donald Trump now saying the negotiations are up to Iran's neighbors. And if they're satisfied, then we will be satisfied.
He doesn't sound like he's constipated. He sounds like whatever's left of the real RFK is fighting for control over the brain with a worm. It's like he has an alien inside of him. And they're like, I know you're still in there, Bobby. I know you're still in there. Please, Bobby, don't kill us. Please, Bobby, I know you're still in there, man. I can't control it. I can't. Raccoon penis has bones in it. And I needed it. I cut off the head of the whale. It sounds like he is fighting with the worm in his brain in order to control his own body. It's a classic, like, sci-fi scenario.
That's not what President Obama did. That's not what John Kerry did. Donald Trump has found an even weaker negotiating position with Iran. The Iranian regime knows just how opposed to Donald Trump's war the American people are. And that came up today in a Trump phone interview with the New York Post. The New York Post reports, quote, questioned about regional source claims that Iran is attempting to wait out Washington on both the nuclear issue and reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Trump said he hadn't heard that. I'm not hearing anything, he said.
I'm not hearing nothing. Okay, I not hear nothing. I never heard. I don't know who Ghislaine Maxwell even is. I never met her, and I know who she is. Okay, there's lots of pictures of her. So it turns out I do know her, but I don't really like her very much. Okay, in the United States, you don't like. We all know Epstein. Who's Epstein? You still talking about this guy? I don't know nothing.
Talk to you about it. It's a negotiation. I don't want to be stupid. There is no reason to believe Donald Trump is planning a major attack on Iran, knowing that...
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you think that this government is fucked and you want to forge a new path of dignity-based resistance.
The American people are opposed to that. How stupid do you have to be to send your Secretary of Defense to Kentucky for a campaign event when you want Iran to think that the Defense Secretary is planning the next big attack on Iran? Donald Trump said,
that's so true. I had thought about, thank you, Larry. Lawrence O'Donnell, how stupid do you have to be to send the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of War, to Kentucky to threaten your political rivals when you want Iran to think that you're like locked and loaded and ready to go? It's so true. That's so true. I didn't even think of that. Thank you, Larry.
Today, I don't want to be stupid, which is exactly the same as Donald Trump saying with his 80th birthday approaching, I don't want to be old.
I don't want to be old. I don't want to be old. Well, good. I'm glad Donald Trump doesn't want to be old because I think he's going to die by the end of 2026. I think he's going to die before the end of 2026. A lot of people are saying it. I'm with them. I think that he ain't going to make it. He's 80 years old. He ain't okay. He's not good. Okay. He's clearly not okay. His rambling, doesn't know what day it is, doesn't know where he is, sundowning on Twitter, dropping off all these truth bombs or whatever the fuck they're called. Holy shit. Larry drops a few from time to time. Yeah, that was pretty good, I thought. I thought that was a good. Right at the end, he like slam dunked it. I like Larry O'Donnell. He's really the only thing I like about MS Now these days. He's the only one that doesn't feel like I don't know. I like him a lot, but the thing that I don't like about him is that I don't disagree with him very often. So that's kind of annoying. I like to watch people that I can disagree with, but yeah.
One by one, Colorado's Republicans in Congress are learning that President Trump demands complete and total allegiance.
Wait a second. Complete and total allegiance. This isn't a cult, guys. Guys, the next time you say that MAGA is a cult, listen, all you worm-faced Americans. The next time you say that MAGA is a cult, it's over for you. You better not call it a cult again. It's over. You don't do it. Don't you call it a cult. That's not a cult. But if you say it's a cult or you criticize Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form, even a little tiny bit, even from a diddly-io to a damned if I know, if you criticize our president even a tiny little bit, you bet your sweet cheeks it's your ass. You're out of here. You're out of here. You better not do it. MAGA's not a cult. How dare you? God damn, MAGA is not a cult. It's not a cult. But if you say that, you're out of here. It's not a cult. But if you criticize our guru, we will excommunicate you, cut off your head and your balls, and put your balls in your mouth, and tell all your family that you were a kitty fucker. You better not. We're going to release all those naked pictures of you we hacked off your computer. If it's not a cult, but if you say one thing about our president, we will release all of the naked photos we hacked from your phone. It's not a cult, though. It's not a cult. Stop saying it's a cult. Okay? Laura Boebert, she's a big Trumpy person. Be more like Laura Boebert. She never says anything bad about the president.
No exceptions. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, long considered one of Trump's closest allies, is the latest Republican to lose the presidential endorsement for perceived disloyalty.
What?
This weekend, President Trump took to social media to ask anyone, to run against Boebert in June's GOP primary, saying, quote, is anyone interested in running against weak-minded Lauren Boebert in Colorado's 4th congressional district? Just let me know or announce your candidacy, and I will be there for you.
It's me, Donald Trump. It's me. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I want to be a Republican Colorado person. I don't know where I want to be the next Lauren Boebert. I'll register as a Republican, just like you, Donald Trump. I'm just like you. I want that power. I want that power. I want to be the next Lauren Boebert. I want to jerk off guys on Broadway watching the Beetlejuice show. I want to jerk off guys on Broadway like Lauren Boebert. I want to vape in a theater like Lauren Boebert. I'll be like, yeah, this is a great show. Don't you agree? Let's all vape in the show. Now I'll be just like Lauren Boebert, except undying loyalty for you, Mr. Trump. It's not a cult. It's not a cult, okay? Lauren Gogurt. Gogurt. It's basically rancid calf's milk. Rancid calf food.
For another Republican who disagreed with Trump, Kentucky's Thomas Massie. Massie's staunchly conservative, but he's broken with Trump on some major legislation. He helped to force the release of the Epstein files along with Boebert. She said
she smokes weed in public. It's not that she's from Colorado. They do that out there. It's a cultural thing. But she vapes in the theater. That's fucking low life shit, man. You're watching a show and you're vaping and jerking off the guy you just met. Like, I'm sorry. I'm all for jerking off and vaping. Do what you want. Not vaping really, but if it's a weed vape, do what you want. It's up to you, man. You live your own life. But man, we're in the theater. We're all trying. You're breaking the social contract, Lauren Boebert. Like, if you want to jerk that guy off, wait at least until you're in the Uber. Can't you just jerk him off in the Uber like a normal person, Lauren Boebert? Why are you doing this shit where you jerking him off watching Beetlejuice? We're all just trying to watch Beetlejuice the musical. Okay? Damn it. What is the problem here?
she, quote, knew the risks when she agreed to stand by her friend. She said she still supports the president's agenda. Here's the thing, though. Despite Trump's call,
It's actually too late for a challenger to take on Boebert in next month's Republican primary.
You forgot to do your homework again, Mr. President.
Even need to have an organized write-in campaign registered with the state by now. Who knows, right? Maybe Trump's going to come back to Boebert. Give it a couple of months. Take it from Colorado's Jeff Hurd, another congressional Republican who failed Trump's total loyalty test by disagreeing with him on tariff policy. Trump unendorsed Hurd.
Oh, that was Lauren Boebert in the background.
In February, threw his support behind a long-shot far-right challenger named Hope Scheppelman, only for Trump to backtrack a couple months later. He re-endorsed Hurd, got Scheppelman out of the way by giving her...
God damn it. Yeah, I gotta say, like, hold on a second.
Only for Trump to backtrack a couple...
These goobers behind him. It's always watching. I'm always watching behind him whenever he's up there. All these goobers, man. RFK Jr. just rotting behind him. He looks like a fucking crypt keeper corpse. I don't know who the twerp is on. I don't know that guy on the right. The other guy's Oz. Look at Oz. Even has his tie too long, like Donald Trump. Look at him. Oz, Mehmet Oz. Look how long his tie is. He's copying Donald Trump's tie length. Men, don't wear your tie this long. It's ridiculous. It makes you look like a fucking clown. What are you doing? Don't even wear a tie. Ties are stupid. It's just a noose that I tie around my neck because it's like for YouTube and shit. I used to wear these every day. They're stupid. Fucking Mehmet Oz, bro.
Months later, he re-endorsed Hurd, got Scheppelman out of the way by giving her a job in his administration. Trump's turn on Boebert is somewhat ironic, given that she first got into Congress.
When I see somebody with the tie, like, hanging down by their nuts, I imagine that they're standing like this, like they're like Donald Trump. He looks like a hunchback of Notre Dame. He's all hunched over like an 80-year-old hunchback. And I think that that's why his tie is so long. But then Mehmet Oz is standing up straight, and his tie is still that long. He's done something. His tie, like the backside of his tie, is probably like just 1 inch. He's taken all of this fabric and he's put it so he can put it all the way down. He's trying to cover his mangina with his tie. The front butt. He's trying to cover his front butt with his tie. Oh God. Or maybe he's like trying. Maybe it's like a modern day cod piece where it's like you don't want to show. You could tell he has a really small penis through his pants, so he just wants to cover it because he's too old to get the penis implant. He can't do the penis implant at this point, so he just covers it with a really long tie. Maybe that's it. That makes sense.
When she mounted a primary challenge against the co-chair of Trump's campaign in Colorado, Congressman Scott Tipton, Boebert beat Tipton by
It makes me want to stand up straight. Every time I see Donald Trump, I want to stand up real straight. Let's stand up real straight. I'll spread my legs apart so I can be in camera. But it's really hard because the camera can't go any higher and I'm too tall. I should be doing the show seated, but then I feel like sitting down all the time doing these shows, I feel like feels kind of lazy. I feel like I'm low energy when I'm sitting down, Low energy.
Promising to be even more pro-Trump.
A New York State Supreme Court justice.
You better be more pro-Trump. Fuck it. It's not a cult. Shut up! It's not a cult. It's not a cult. Stop calling MAGA a cult.
In just the last hour or so, tossed out some of the evidence against Luigi Mangione. He's a man accused of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's murder. The judge ruled this morning that Mangione's backpack was not in his immediate control or grabbable for him as well.
Free Luigi, man. Luigi Mangione's going free. They're saying that the contents of his backpack aren't admissible. Is that real? Is this really happening? The contents of his backpack aren't admissible because the cops fucked it up so badly. This is a huge deal because the cops were like, "Oh, we're gonna look at your backpack," and he's on camera going, "Really? Why? We need to go through your backpack." And then they went through his backpack, took his backpack, it disappeared. The camera went off, and then all of a sudden they found a gun in his backpack. So weird. Oh, man, I hope that this is real. I hope this is what happens, man. Please, I would love Luigi Mangione to go free. I would love that so much. Free Luigi.
When it was searched by Altoona, Pennsylvania police officers at the time of his arrest. And that's the key. It's got to be within his grasp. But statements he made...
Yeah, it's got to be within his grasp because, hey, don't touch that. Give me that. But it wasn't. The manifest and gun are still admissible? How is that possible if they were in the bag?
Corrections officers are fair game. This is Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner, here with my co-host Emily Campagno. Also joining us today, Kaylee McGee-White, Fox News contributor, Molly Hemingway, Fox News contributor.
That Campagno is so goddamn stupid. I'm surprised she can get into the studio.
And Brian Kilmeade, Fox and Friends co-host, host of the Brian Kilmeade radio show. And
Brian Kilmeade, the guy who says that the final solution is the best one for homeless people, that we should take the unhoused and give them lethal injection in order to solve the problem of our homeless epidemic. Great. Thank you, Brian Kilmeade. How do you still have a job, Brian Kilmeade?
Nation with Kilmeade. Well, the ruling that I just told you about means everything the police in Altoona discovered inside that McDonald's where they found Mangione cannot be brought into evidence.
There you go. Everything they discovered in Altoona cannot be brought into evidence. Is that the deal? What's the deal?
And on the list, the magazine, the weapons, obviously. I should say the ammunition, cell phone, passport, wallet, and computer chip. However, the gun, the weapon, and the notebook police discovered when they did a more thorough search back at the police station will be allowed as evidence.
What the fuck? But not the bullets? That makes no sense. What the fuck are you talking about?
One of Luigi Mangione's attorneys seemed unsurprised by the ruling.
Any reaction?
Good. It's good. It's not.
It's good.
It's what we expected. And it's good.
Emily, it's what they expected.
Yeah, and she said it's good.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's still good. I mean, prove that this gun was Luigi's. They fucked up everything. There's a reasonable doubt that he didn't do it. You have to do, if you're going to condemn someone for murder, it's got to be beyond the shadow of a doubt. It has to be absolutely sure. Can you be absolutely sure it was Luigi Mangione who did this? I don't think so.
But I do think actually that this is a win for the prosecution. But I'll say this, that the legal process, the legal analysis behind
This lady, she's so goddamn dumb. It fucking kills me.
deeming that the backpack was too far away to be grabbed. I see that, but I think there's a lot of leeway for whether that decision was in fact correct. And we are all sitting in the same city where there were attempted bombings, a lot of high-profile officials here, including the mayor. So to me,
What the fuck's that got to go with What the fuck's that got to do with Luigi Mangione? What the fuck are you talking about?
reach does not necessarily mean that there is something in the backpack. Exactly. That, in my opinion, there could be something incendiary in it. Right. So for me, the nexus.
He's at McDonald's. What do you mean something is incendiary in the backpack? Well, that means that the cops are allowed to search you at any time and search all of your belongings. These people hate the Constitution.
It's not necessarily whether it's arm length, but whether it was in the defendant's control prior to that. So for me, the safety of the police officers in the McDonald's was absolutely paramount on ensuring whether anything in the backpack was incendiary, had a time control, and the like. Even a weapon can discharge.
So anybody who looks like somebody else, a weapon could discharge. I have guns, and you know how many times a weapon has discharged? 0 times. My whole life, I've been a gun owner. I'm on and off. But my whole life I've been around guns, and for some reason, none have just discharged. It could just go off. The cops got to check my bag. Listen, guys, the cops got to check your bag from now on because guns can just go off. Thank you, Miss Campagno, Emily Campagno.
Upon being jostled, I mean, what if it was sort of leaning against a thing and dropped? And look, I know that might seem like I'm fishing, but I think in this day and age, frankly, we are well beyond the black and white analysis that we've seen in legal procedure.
That's why we go by the letter of the law and not feels, you fucking dumb. Oh my God, this lady makes me crazy.
I mean, up to this, where case law says it has to be this. This would have been, in my opinion, the case law to say, we are unsure what's in the backpack. We know it was in the defendant's control. We know what he's alleged of, and what could be alleged more. And
alleged of? He wasn't alleged at that point. Someone called the cops saying he looked like a guy. He wasn't alleged of shit. And even if he was alleged of what you're saying he was alleged of, even if he did do it, he killed a billionaire. He wasn't looking after being a cop killer. He didn't have any bombs or anything. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Let's talk about Columbine, for example.
Yeah, let's talk about Columbine. Another case that has 0 to do with this case.
That was a school shooting. It was also a failed school bombing. So,
oh my God, it wasn't a failed school. They had pipe bombs. What are you talking about? They threw the pipe. I think they threw the pipe. I'm pretty sure they threw pipe bombs.
Just because someone has been a shooter or has been accused of using a gun to shoot someone doesn't mean that they also don't have an incendiary device or something else, a chemical weapon or something else.
They can have anything. Anybody can have anything at any time. So that means that the cops have to shake us down. Papers, please. Papers, please. Please stand still for the naked pictures. We will take the naked pictures of you now.
That in this day and age could be vastly fatal.
They also have the fiduciary responsibility to protect everybody inside that McDonald's. So you're going to want...
What? The fiduciary responsibility to check everybody in the McDonald's. So there you go. You have it right here. Fox News. Nazi shit, man. So if you're in a McDonald's, which, what are you doing there? I mean, do we have to talk about McDonald's, really? I mean, this year alone, they've fed people worms. They charge $5 for a Chick-fil-A. Like, do we really need to go into, like, the lady at McDonald's who was putting fries in her mouth and then putting them into the fry? I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing going to McDonald's, you crazy pieces of shit? But if you are at McDonald's and Luigi Mangione happens to be there, or a guy who looks like Luigi Mangione, you are now subject for search and seizure. You don't know those people in McDonald's, so don't go to McDonald's anymore, because if you are at a McDonald's and a guy looks like a guy who might have done something that the state doesn't like, you are now subject to search and seizure. Great. Thank you, Fox News. Total Nazi shit.
Want to search this guy no matter what, because you don't know what he...
Fiduciary. Yeah, they have the fiduciary duty like a realtor. It's fiduciary. It's fiduciary. So stupid.
might have in the backpack. That is such an excellent point.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
That's how.
Brian.
I'm sure that's how you see it. Let's talk to the real Nazi, Brian Kilmeade, famous for popularizing the final solution in order to handle the homelessness epidemic in America.
A magazine and a gun. I mean, the thing is, if you go to the backpack, why wouldn't you check the backpack? Just basic police work. The backpack, there's backpack bombs. There's a name for it for a reason. And I just can't...
There you go. You're not allowed to carry backpacks anymore because of backpack bombs. There's a name for backpack bombs. They're called backpack bombs. And if you have a backpack, you might be a guy with a bomb. Why can't you just let the cops do their jobs, asshole? Why can't you just let the cops do their job?
The guy writes a manifesto. He basically confessed to the entire crime. He talked to the...
That was in the backpack, Brian. That was after the case. What are you talking about? The question is, are you allowed as a cop to just shake people down and grab their shit and search it?
Cops, and all they're trying to do on the defense is delay a game. There's no doubt that this guy did it. He actually writes his intent in his manifesto. He feels like a hero. He acts like he's a hero. He's being treated
He is a hero.
like he's a hero. I don't know what's going on in prison, but it doesn't look.
He's a hero. He's a hero. Well, he's not in prison, you dumb piece of shit. He is waiting for trial. He's being tried. He's not convicted, Brian. Oh, they're treating him too nice. He's innocent until proven guilty, Brian.
Bad for him. So to me, it happened 2 blocks from here. We get him on video shooting. They find a guy that fits his description in his backpack.
They found someone's on video, but I've seen the video so many times, you can't tell that's Luigi. That ain't Luigi. That's just some guy.
Here's all the information you need. This should have been done already.
Yeah, it's interesting what you say, because you
should have been done already. Classic Nazi shit, man. Man, it's like, I know people don't like being called Nazis, but stop doing Nazi shit. Stop talking Nazi-ish. Look at this. There he is. Cops surrounding Luigi Mangione. Backpack. Look where the backpack is. Can you tell? Look where the backpack is. Backpack's all the way in the lower left-hand corner, okay? Is it in danger? Can he get it? Can he leave is the other question. Is he able to leave? Is he being detained? Is he under arrest? What in this scenario, what do you see here? Is he under arrest? Is he being detained? Can he leave? This is unlawful detainment. That bag is nowhere near him. This is bullshit. Unbelievable. Yeah, is he getting Ghislaine's treatment? No, Ghislaine, obviously, Ghislaine has been convicted of a horrible, horrible crime, molesting and facilitating the molestation of hundreds, maybe thousands of women and children. And yet, Brian Kilmeade's worried about Luigi Mangione. Why? Why, Brian? G-Max is doing fine. How funny.
listed all the things that they allowed in.
Exactly. I see a bunch of bullies cornering an innocent man. Luigi Mangione is clearly innocent. Totally innocent. He didn't do it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the manifesto, the gun, all the things. So that's quite a bit of evidence.
And then you get the federal trial after.
Hence why Emily said, well, I consider this a win for the prosecution, because I would think so too. Kaylee.
get the federal trial after. Okay, we'll try him twice. He'll still be innocent. Fuck you, Brian Kilmeade.
I don't share Emily's optimism necessarily, but it's because I think that the state trial in particular, which is separate from the federal trial, is running into the exact same problem that many of the cases down in D.C., where the Trump administration has been bringing entirely lawful cases up against biased judges and biased juries, and they're running into
biased judges, like judges that think the Constitution's still a thing, out of touch.
To the exact same problem. And I think that it's particularly concerning when you consider that there are a whole slew of people out there who have already exonerated Luigi Mangione in the court of public opinion. You saw protesters out in front of the Manhattan courthouse today.
Yeah, I like that slew. I like that slew. I'm with the slew. I'm part of the slew. I've exonerated Luigi Mangione. Free Luigi. I wasn't horrified when that CEO died. I don't care that CEO is dead, and I don't think Luigi did it. I think he's innocent.
Who were arguing to free Mangione, and this is particularly true among my generation, Gen Z, and how they apparently support his use.
What is it with these people? My generation, Gen Z. You tribal dumb cunt. What are you fucking talking about? My generation, Gen Z, we see it like this. Really? You speak for your generation? What are you talking about? What is going on with these fuckers, man? This so tribal. As a Republican, Gen Z, a white Christian nationalist, I have this opinion. Why would you say that? What is it with these people these days?
The political violence or his alleged use of that. So I think that that's why prosecutors and law enforcement have to be so extremely meticulous in cases like these, because can you imagine the damage to our culture and society if he ends up being exonerated of even one of the charges being brought against him? To Brian's point, he already thinks of himself as a hero, and essentially you'd be giving a legal rubber stamp to that narrative if he does get off.
Well, and it gives a mob, which I consider them to be a mob if they want.
Well, Kyle Rittenhouse went free. Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 people. 2 regular folk, too. So,
Want to press against something that is justice playing out.
Luigi's innocent.
Gives them a bigger voice. They had on the T-shirts that say, something about no double jeopardy because he said that at the end of the first time he was in court. And,
yeah.
They're sort of echoing this fandom around.
Well, it's a law, double jeopardy. It's a whole thing. You're only allowed to be tried twice. But the state and the federal government's going to try it, Luigi Mangione. There will be double jeopardy. That's going to happen.
Downtown.
That's what I think is actually the bigger problem. Making sure that the evidence is gathered appropriately, that's a good thing, even if it's kind of ridiculous what the standards the state is using in this case. But this culture around Luigi Mangione and
let's talk about the culture now. What is it? The cops fucked up. They bullied this guy. They got their dicks out. They waved him around, and then they tripped over each other's dicks. That's what happened. Cops have too much power. It makes them drunk with it. They didn't know how to handle this shit. They fucked it up. They violated Luigi Mangione's rights. And because of that, he might get off on a technicality. But he is innocent until proven guilty. That's why he's innocent. He's innocent until you can prove that he's guilty. Can you prove that he's guilty? Can you do it legally without violating his rights? I don't think so.
Wing violence in general is a major issue. And he has top attorneys defending him. You have major entities on the left really backing this type of political violence. They do this double thing where they support the people who are committing the violence, but also claim that they don't believe the violence is.
Well, yeah. I mean, you killed. I don't. Do you support the? Whose side are you on? You're on the health insurance guy's side. Is that whose side you're on? The health insurance guy. What are you doing?
This thing, there are all these assassination attempts against Trump, the successful assassination of Charlie Kirk, and just in general, the left has seemingly embraced this type of action to resolve political disputes that they're not winning on the merits of their arguments. That is such a bigger issue than even this horrific story of how Brian Thompson was.
Brian Thompson, horrific. Oh, finally someone mentioned his name, Brian Thompson, the United Healthcare guy. You think he was a good guy? Was Brian Thompson the healthcare guy? He's a good guy?
Yeah, it's so interesting because the T-shirts, no double jeopardy. I mean, it's the state and federal.
The T-shirts, they're the problem. I hate these T-shirts. God damn it, these fucking T-shirts, they're out of control.
They're just echoing him. They're not even really thinking this through. Of course, the state and federal trials would be different.
And it's just interesting that the feds are allowing this evidence that was obtained in the backpack in that trial at this point. No one had a problem when Dylan Roof was prosecuted at both the federal.
It's not interesting to me that the feds are allowing things. I mean, the federal trial hasn't even really started yet, but the feds are going to do things differently. Of course they are. Different set of judges, different set of prosecutors, all sorts of stuff.
On the state level, it makes me sick that because of someone's alleged appearance, that somehow absolves him of the accountability or the.
Oh, it makes me sick that someone would get by on their looks, says Emily Campagno. Why do you think you're here? You're dumb as a box of rocks.
You know, the normalcy of defendants that go through this country. And I'll make one more point about the backpack to McDonald's. We know the amount.
I think it's the Lord Jesus Christ is why I'm here. My leopard. She's got her leopard belt. Man, classy lady. Leopard shoes, leopard belt. Really cool. It makes me sick. That's just because someone looks good, they get ahead in life.
Of officers and canine officers that have died simply from sniffing or touching fentanyl. And I would also use
fentanyl. There are canine officers who have died. Dogs! People! Dogs have died. Stop militarizing dogs. Stop militarizing animals. If I got fentanyl in my pocket, that's my business. What the fuck are you doing? These dogs have died. Meanwhile, she goes to KFC right after this. She's going to McDonald's right after this. But the dogs.
Statements in that moment, like, if I go through this backpack, am I going to find something that's dangerous to me? Is there going to be something sharp? Is there going to be something that I'm going to inhale that's going to hurt me? And then you can use those potentially false statements later. Yes. Like, there's so much.
Well, yeah, I mean, she do got some legs on her. Well, okay, look. These are educated women. But you'd be, I mean, everyone in this is show business. They got to where they are because they're educated, but they also got there because their looks. Even Brian Kilmeade, I think he got there. Now, I mean, he's getting a little old, but like, he got there because he's a decent looking dude and he's, somewhat educated. I mean, that's just always like, if you're good looking, you got a little education, you could be on the news. I mean, Harris Faulkner, someone called her, like they needed a black lady to have a show. This is her show. It's called Outnumbered. It's usually her and 3 other women and 1 dude. Outnumbered. Because they're all women, and isn't that crazy that there's 4 women and 1 dude? They couldn't do The View, right? They couldn't just have 5 women, not on Fox News. They couldn't have 5 women. They could have 4 women and 1 man. That makes sense for the Fox News audience.
Much more that you can use in that moment.
You mean they should have said it? You mean those cops should have said that?
I'm just saying it's an opportunity for such, so that, clearly I'm a little biased.
And they did say they were looking for bombs when they went. They did say bombs.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much more volume that you can use then in the factual analysis later for this judge to then say, oh, no, it's not.
What about the radicalization of the behavior? Okay to assassinate somebody. If you listen to Hassan Piker, the number one...
Hassan Piker, though. Look, what about Hassan Piker, guys? Number 1 leftist. Hassan Piker sucks, by the way. Fuck Hassan Piker.
One pundit on the left who...
He's the number 1 pundit on the left. Hey, everybody, is Hassan Piker the number 1 pundit on the left? Can you let me know in the chat if you think that Hassan Piker is the number 1? This is the number 1 news reaction show on YouTube. Here, let me put the graphic back up. This is the number 1 news reaction show on YouTube. My name is Skyjack Morgan, independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. I hope that you're having a great day today. It's the number 1 news reaction show on YouTube. Is Hassan Piker the number 1 now? I thought I was the number 1. I'm the number 1. Hassan Piker's not even a leftist. Hassan Piker's just a Democrat.
Here's with Ro Khanna, who goes on his radio show. He's got millions of followers. He says, yeah, you should be shoplifting, and healthcare companies should be fair game because so many people have died waiting.
Yeah, sure. They should be fair game.
For proper health care in that person.
Well, and remember, he called this social murder.
Exactly. Yep, we were going to say it at the same time. Be sure to like and subscribe for all.
It's not social murder. It's just a correction. It's a market correction, if you will. It's a market correction. Just like when IBM lays off tens of thousands of people or the audio industry lays off tens of thousands of people. It's a market correction. That's what the murder of Brian Thompson was. Just a market correction. Just a little reminder, hey, we the people don't like getting murdered by the people that we pay. We pay you to keep us healthy, and you're murdering us. So, stop it. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. That's the Spice Girls. They said it right. Just to remind you, anybody who leaves a donation, that money will go directly towards the coffee fund. Melania Coin and Coffee Fund is what I'm buying. Please, I need money so badly. Please support the channel. I'm moving to Albuquerque so that I can stop being broke. But in the meantime, I am broke as a joke. So if you like what I do and you like this channel and you like someone who isn't part of the unitard party, please consider dropping a penny in the bucket. We're passing the collection trays out right now. The collection trays are going around the church right now. Please consider making a donation through Cash App, through the other one. What's the other one? The other one is Venmo. I have Venmo, I have Cash App, or a Super Chat right here on YouTube. Please consider joining the Sky City Rebels as well. Or just dropping a bucket, just dropping a penny in the pot. Venmo, Cash App, please. Thank you so much for being here, everybody, watching. And please, Cash App Patel. Cash App Patel. Drop it in a Cash App Patel. Become a member. We do exclusive stuff for members, exclusive streams for members. We do all sorts of fun stuff for members. We do some fun polls and behind-the-scenes posts on the community tabs and stuff. It's fun. It's good times. You can never have enough money for legal fees and food. Phone calls cost $15.50 for 10 minutes, and internet is 25 cents a minute. God damn. PayPal to PayPal has no fees. It's true. PayPal to PayPal has no fees. Man, I got to look up. What's my PayPal? PayPal. Let me see if I can log into my PayPal real fast so I can tell you what my PayPal is. Let me log into this PayPal shit, man. Let's do it. Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Yeah, stop right now. Thank you very much. Okay, hold on. I'm thinking. I'm going my. Okay. How do I tell someone my PayPal? How do you share your PayPal? PayPal. Oh, I have a QR code. Is that how you do it? QR code? Your QR code is ready. Fuck, sharing a QR code's no good. Who shares QR codes anymore? What year is this? PayPal. How do I get PayPal? How do I get a PayPal? How do I share my PayPal? I don't know. It looks like my PayPal. People have Jackie Boyle. Who has? How do I share my personal profile? Create a payment link. Ooh. That's how you do it, right? Create a payment link. That's how you do it, right? Stop right now. Thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Build a link or button. Payment link. Okay. Build your payment links or button. God, why does everything take so long on stupid PayPal? Why does PayPal suck so much? I hate PayPal. But hey, I got to figure this out. Next time we'll do some PayPal stuff. I'm going to quit this because it looks like it's going to take multiple steps. Sky doesn't take BTC, only Melania coin. Only Melania coin. Only Melania. It was Emily Yes, I don't own Venmo or Cash App, but I can send BTC. Hell yeah. Should I put my my wallet number up there so people can send me BTC? That sounds hot. That's so hot. How do we do that? Mojo, because you're not a trash human, Mojo. Don't do it, Mojo. Don't become a trash human, Mojo. Thank you so much, Nathan Shiro. Thank you so much. Yeah, Elon does not own PayPal. No, he used to. That's how he made all his money. He sold it. He bought in, helped it a little bit, and then he sold it like he does everything else. Great job for everybody. It's wonderful work.
So tell me where this goes from here, and if you agree with Congressman Raska, this is blatantly, not only is it repugnant, it's blatantly unconstitutional.
It's repugnant.
Yeah, well, it's very hard to see that this is not just theft.
Viva Capaita!
Woo! Fort Knox and just said we're just going to take the gold and we're going to use it for whatever we want. The federal judge who was overseeing the civil case, Trump versus IRS, yesterday, basically wrote what
Can I get
said,
some?
That there is no case or.
Can I get some celebration in the chat for our friend Nathy Shiro and also Chris Petsavas, please? Can we get some jubilation in the chat, please? Can we get some jubilation for these two fine fellers who have decided to support independent media, please?
Controversy here because you have Donald Trump on both sides.
Jubilation ensues.
The equation, and that this is something that is irresponsible for the administration to do because it's not looking out for the public interest, which is required by their oath of office. One really interesting filing in that case, this is the case that sort of has the sort of fake settlement, is that former IRS officials, including the commissioner, former DOJ folks in charge of the tax division, pointed out that in all the other cases that are just like Donald Trump's, the administration is fighting those cases, saying that the civil case is meritless, that they were brought out of time, that they sued the wrong party, that in other words, this is legally deficient, and the administration is taking that position with everyone else except Donald Trump and his family. And that tells you just how much this is a sham and a pretext. I think that it is going to take a new.
I think that's how it goes. Something like that. That was the 007 James Bond theme for Nathan Shiro. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys all being here. Every donation comes complete with a free rendition of a random song that's in my head at any given time on my stylophone. Thank you.
Lawsuit to be brought seeking to enjoin this, and
and can we get a welcome for whoever got that gifted membership? We got a new member. We got a new Sky City Rebel in the house. What's going on? What's going on, new Sky City Rebel? Nice.
It will be important for members of Congress.
Remember this?
Look at me, I got tariffs. Look at all these tariffs I'm doing. I know it's illegal, but fuck you.
To have a majority vote on this, because that's something that the courts look at. Now, there's one or two members of Congress that are not going to have standing. They're not going to be able to just individually bring that case. Unfortunately, also any citizen, because we're all harmed. But the law is sadly that it's not. One citizen can't bring this, even though we are all harmed by what is going on.
Andrew, the Congress has played little role in this, obviously. This is an executive decision made by the President of the United States. But what does it say to you?
I always feel sorry for bald guys where they got like the patches on their head where they've been burned so many times. Man, that's got to suck, right? That means he had, at some point, that must have hurt so bad. That dude has like burn damage on the top of his dome. Bald guys, man, I feel so sorry for you guys. You forget a hat one day and your head just burns. Holy shit.
When you've been around a while, I mean, you've worked in the Justice Department, you've been around. What does it say to you, not all of a sudden, the constant silence from one political party, the Republican Party, to outrageous elements that happen nearly every day, but this one is particularly outrageous?
Years ago, since we're talking about sort of experience, I worked on the Enron case. And I always thought that case was...
I remember the Enron case. That was fucked. They were selling electricity to Arizona just to sell it back to California. We had rolling blackouts. It was wild.
It's not about Jeff Skilling or Ken Lay, the sort of leaders of that corruption.
Oh, man, Kenneth Lay. Remember Ken Lay?
That the case was about the complicity, the people who either allowed it to go on or didn't do anything. And that is exactly the story here. You have Donald Trump, who is being Donald Trump, and you're seeing just...
I'm not bald shaming. What the hell? I said I feel sorry for bald people. I'm not bald shaming. Bald is beautiful. I'm not bald. What is everyone so sensitive all the time for? I'm not bald shaming. I'm not bald shaming. I think bald is A-okay. Just because I have hair, I doesn't mean I'm bald shaming. I feel sorry for guys. I'm saying that guy's got he's got burn marks on his head. I'm being legitimately empathetic, actually. I'm not shaming him for having no hair. It just sucks, man. It's just like, I feel bad for the guy. Is that okay? Am I allowed to feel bad for a guy who's got literal scar damage on his fucking head?
One outrage after the other that Joe recounted. But here, just taking it to my world, which is in the Department of Justice, the idea that the acting attorney general wouldn't...
You think he should shave the rest of it off? I don't know. I mean, I like Patrick Stewart always had the thing, like he has the these little parts right here, the temple hair. I think he looks pretty good. I think Patrick Stewart looks pretty good. I think he still got it. I don't know. When he was Captain Picard, he had it. And in my brain, Patrick Stewart's Captain Picard. So he always had he had the bit right here. He had that bit right here. I think it looks good. I don't know. I always thought Captain Picard looked great. He was bald. I think Sky, we thought you were better than this. I'm not bald shaming. I'm not bald shaming. Stop.
Resign over this. That you wouldn't have people standing up saying, I am not doing this. I'm violating my oath of office. And to me, that's the sort of horror of
bald maxing. Like, look. This guy's got plenty. He's got a little hair left, but he looks fine. I wasn't even talking about, he has like burn damage on the top. And I thought, God, that's gotta be so sad. It's not that he had burn damage now. The thing is, like, that must have hurt so bad. Just like one day you're out in the sun. Like, I went out just a few days ago. I went to the pool by my house, and I was only out there for an hour, and I got burned like on this side of my body. Not really burned. I wasn't, but it like got a little red, you know? Man, on top of my head, that would hurt so much. Holy shit, that would hurt. That would hurt. Nurse Rod, you just look what you did. You opened up a can of beans. Nurse Rod, stop opening up all them can of beans, would you please? We don't need no cans of beans open in here, okay, buddy boy?
What we were living through is the number of people who are willing to be complicit.
Well, late yesterday afternoon, Brian Morrissey, who was the general counsel from the Treasury.
Like, look, he's a good-looking old man. It's just that he's got the burn marks on top of his head. That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm not shaming the guy for being... He's an older dude. I'm probably going to... I don't know. I might go bald. Who knows? All this fucking stress. I might go bald. Women, they always playing with my hair. Women are always playing with my hair. You know how it is. They can pull out all my women. They're fucking pulling all my hair out. I pull my hair out, and then every time a woman wrongs me, I pull out more of my hair. So, I mean, I might be bald when I'm this dude's age. He's probably like 97. And when I'm 97, I'll probably be bald. And I'm not doing anything about it. I'm just going to go bald. If I go bald, it's just fucking going to happen. I'm not going to fucking do little comb overs or any of that shit. It's going to fucking go. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. But I will wear a hat so that I don't burn the top of my fucking head. I'll tell you that much right now, because this motherfucker looks like he had one painful... I bet that hurt so bad, man. I bet it hurt so bad.
Department resigned 7 months after he took the job. And it's thought that he resigned because of exactly this. But there's an entirely separate political party, the Republican Party, especially in the United States Senate. Nothing. You hear nothing from them.
But this is one where I'm a lawyer, not a political analyst, but you do have to think that in something like this, it reminds me of sort of the Alex Party shooting, because people could see it and they could judge for themselves. And here, this is not a hard story to understand. Somebody is taking 1 point.
Don't cancel me, bro. I have nothing. The bald community. I'm sorry, bald community. I have no misgivings or bad feelings about the bald community. Y'all, you bald kings. Bald is beautiful. Bald is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with being bald. At all. Some of my heroes are bald. Like Captain Picard. I don't know, Michael Jordan. I know there's lots of bald guys out there that are great. I can't even think. I'm bald blind. I don't even notice. But then I noticed this guy he's got all these like clearly burn scars on the top of his head. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, bald people. I didn't mean to say anything that offended you. I didn't realize that this was a sensitive topic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about my insensitivity, my naivety, and my ignorance. I'm terribly sorry. Please accept my apologies. My apologies. Please accept my apology, which I offer with no subterfuge or reservation.
$8 billion, slightly less, so 1.776 billion. I have to keep on reminding myself it starts with a B, and that is something.
Was it a microaggression? Was it a bald microaggression? I had bald phobic. Shit. Your balls are bald? That's good for you. Oh, did you laser them? How'd you get them so bald? Bald? Wow. Blackballed by George Costanza, a hero. Larry David, what a funny guy. He's bald. Lots of great bald guys. I love bald guys. I have lots of bald friends.
That I think people can get their arms around when you're sitting there looking at gas prices. You're trying to make ends meet.
Samuel L. Jackson's bald. He's cool. Remember when he played Bald Shaq? Not Shaq. Shaft. Shaft. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm just talking about the Shaft. He played Bald Shaft. He played Bald Mace Windu. That's pretty cool. He's bald. I don't know. Do I really need to name all the bald people I think are cool? Is that really what I'm doing for the rest of the day? Bald people. Let's make a list of all the great bald people in the chat, please, so that I can say how great they are.
Wait a second. Why would that money?
Robert Picardi. Holy shit. Robert Picardo. Robert Picardo is so great, man. He's fantastic. Did you remember him? Do you remember him in Inner Space? Man, I saw a clip from Inner Space when I was a kid. I love that movie. I had no idea that was Robert Picardo. And he plays the doctor. Picardo. Yeah. Michael Jordan. He did do a little Hitler mustache for a little while, but, he's Michael Jordan. He gets away with the Hitler mustache, right? Stanley Tucci. He's great.
Being used for giving it out to people like the J6 defendants. And we have, by the way, it's not really speculation as to how the money is going to be used. Michael Flynn just got well over $1 million, and he admitted his guilt in federal court, and he was paid out. So the idea that this wouldn't be used in a similar fashion, I think it's fanciful.
Yeah, $1.776 billion for this, $1 billion now. The Congress is asking for a ballroom, all taxpayer money at a time when Americans are hurting. Let's turn to the book, Andrew. It is time.
Americans, bend over. Your president is stealing money from you just blatantly out in the open. Yes, Shrek. Oh my God. You know, Donald Trump kind of looks like Shrek when I think about it. You say Shrek. Donald Trump is kind of, if you put Shrek in a shirt and tie, you'd probably look like Donald Trump, huh? I think he'd look a lot like Donald Trump. Mr. Clean, he's bald, he's great. Homer Simpson, everyone loves Homer.
Liar's Kingdom, How to Stop Trump's Deceit.
Homer is everyone's favorite American.
And to save America. There's been a lot of talk about teaching civics again, which, as you write, is very important. We've got to remind people how this government is supposed to work, but it needs to go further than that. So what are some of the
That ship has sailed, man. What do you mean?
So
Civics.
my take on teaching civics is, of course, we need that. But I analogize in the book, that's like, the Titanic hits an iceberg, and the captain says, I really think we need to invest in better radar. I mean, we do need to teach civics. It is important. It's necessary because we obviously have a huge segment of the society.
Is Trump bald? Yes. Get out of my ballroom. Get out of my ballroom.
It needs to sort of understand what our fundamental principles are, but that's not an immediate solution. What I really address, the elevator speech of this, is sort of a truth in advertising for politicians. We have a problem of lying by political people in office, by candidates who are running, and we really exempt them from something that applies to so many other people. I talked about Enron, and there Jeff Skilling and Ken Lay were convicted for lying about the state of affairs within Enron to the public.
I love that. Did it? He lived in a swamp, didn't it? Shrek live in a swamp? I don't know. It's been 100 years since I've thought about Shrek. Did Shrek live in a swamp? Donkey, donkey, get out of me swamp. Get out of me swamp, donkey. Donkey. Darth Vader and Dr. Evil are both swamp. Yeah, Trump has a hair system. His words, not mine. His hair system. Donkey. Where you draining me swamp, donkey?
They can go to jail. They can pay tons of money for lying. Roger Stone and Paul Manafort lied to, as found by juries or their own mouths admitting it, to Congress, to banks, to the Department of Justice. So there are all sorts of ways that we deal with lies. But what I talk about is, why are we not doing what happens in many other countries where there are systems to hold politicians and candidates to account for lying to the public? Not for making a mistake, but for intentionally
What does
lying.
that look like, Andrew?
So let's just take Brazil.
You used to make beats at Smath Mouse Studio. Somebody once told me that I am gonna die soon, so I decided to buy a gun. I think that's how the song goes. I don't know. Hey, now, you're an all-star.
Bolsonaro, who's remarkably similar in so many ways to Donald Trump.
Dude, finally someone's saying this. I've been saying this I did a whole show about how Bolsonaro is just like Donald Trump, and nobody watched it. Some people watched it, but not many people watched it. I even had someone from Brazil come on and tell us about Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro's in jail now, but Donald Trump had a whole thing where he had a staged a rescue and shit. But now Bolsonaro's in prison in Brazil. Everyone loves Brazil. That song. You ever seen the movie Brazil?
And he was criminally prosecuted for.
Is he bald? Is Bolsonaro? Bolsonaro has hair. Bolsonaro looks exactly like Saddam Hussein. No, wait, no, that's Maduro. Give me a picture of Bolsonaro. There he is. Hair Bolsonaro. Now he looks more like he looks kind of like Paul Manafort. I think he looks like Paul Manafort. Doesn't he look like Paul Manafort? Like this picture right here. This looks like Paul Manafort, right? Doesn't he look like Paul Manafort? Right? Hold on. Let's see if I can find on Google. Paul Manafort. Dude, Jair Bolsonaro is related to Paul Manafort for sure. Look at this guy. He looks exactly like Paul Manafort. Look at this shit. Bolsonaro. Hold on. Pictures of Jair Bolsonaro. Jair Bolsonaro. Okay, hold on. Let's get a picture of Bolsonaro. Dude, this guy looks just like him. Here we go. Bolsonaro. There's Bolsonaro. Paul Manafort. They're the same dude. They look alike. They look similar. Come on, they're related. This is clearly Bolsonaro is Paul Manafort's brother. I think they look a lot alike. I think they look a lot alike. I think that you're tripping if you don't think so. Here we go. Let's see. Share this tab. Yeah, I think they look a lot alike. There's Bolsonaro. Wait, hold on. Here he is going to jail. There's Manafort going to jail. And let's get a picture of Bolsonaro going to jail. Dude. You're telling me that these guys don't look... When they're going to jail, they look the same. They look the same when they're going to jail.
Or engaging in an insurrection. And before that, he was found liable for lying to the public about the election. I mean, so, and the result there was that he was disqualified for running for office for a set term of years. So Brazil has a system. England has a system. If you lie about your political opponent, you can be disqualified from running. France has a system. Germany has a system. Many of our states,
Not
in
here.
New York right now. New York has a system for dealing with fraud by political actors and disqualifying them from running for office. So there are a whole variety of things that are being done, but not federally. So what I talk about is sort of how that could be operationalized.
And you suggest the states could play a role here, or various counties. But what sort of lies would be potentially criminal, right? There's a big, Donald Trump lies all the time. We know every day, thousands upon thousands of lies a year and so on. But what is it the big lie, election fraud, or could he smaller ones too?
It's a great question. You know, one of the challenges of this book is exactly that there was too many to choose from. I went to the Washington Post that just was looking at Trump 1.0, and they had cataloged over 30,000 lies in just that first term.
Oh my God.
And they did the math, which I never do in public, but they did the math for me, which came to 20.1 lies per day,
20 lies a day. Donald Trump be lying? That sucker be fucking lying? How is he lying so much? Is that even possible? I can't imagine someone lying that much. That's pretty wild. 20 lies a day. I can't tell 20 lies a day. We love liars here. We love them, man. Lie to me, baby. Lie to me. So what you're saying is there's a type that gets the perp walk? Yeah, there's a type. There's a type. They look like Donald Trump. But Donald Trump's superpower is always staying one step ahead of the cops. My old lady may have seen an unrecognized purchase and put the kibosh on it. No! Damn it. Politicians getting payout to lie for years. Corruption's like a mafugu. That's it. Getting paid payout to lie. That's right. Politicians love lying. They lie, baby. You ever heard that joke about what does Barbie say to Pinocchio when she sits on his face? Lie to me. Tell me lies. Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
$8 a gallon for gas doesn't sound good at all. Some experts say, in fact, it could happen.
Yeah, some experts say, in fact, it doesn't say good. Hold on, let me start that over. That's fucking beautiful. What a great start to this. $8 a gallon doesn't sound good at all. Some experts say that, in fact. That's great. I like that so much.
Well, $8 a gallon for gas doesn't sound good at all. Some experts say, in fact, it could happen in California this summer.
All because the war in Iran has choked off supplies of oil from the Middle East. LA drivers still paying the highest prices in the region at $6.21 on average for a gallon of regular gas.
Our Gio Inscanares is live now from North Hollywood with just how much experts are predicting the price to skyrocket even more, Gio.
That's right, Pat Rudabeh. Good evening to you both. You might want to take a breath on this one, but first, let's show you some of the prices that we're dealing with, because you know so many of us have been dealing with this for a while now. Right here at the Chevron, $5.99 for regular, $6.19 for
$6.19. $5.99 for regular. That's not even that bad. Where's this guy? North Hollywood. Oh man, North Hollywood. That's not bad. Not bad.
Plus, and $6.29 for Supreme, but that's with a car wash, and that is something we were seeing a lot of people
get a car wash. Get a car wash if you get that Supreme, baby.
In the afternoon, a long line of cars just trying to get any discount that they can. Now, as you guys mentioned, California's Energy Commission is saying that the state has roughly 4 to 6 weeks of stable gas and diesel supply. After that, if the Strait of
This place is great. You're gonna pay out the nose, but you get a free car wash, huh? Huh? Yeah, you're going to pay a lot for gasoline, but hey, you want a free car wash? We know a car wash only costs $5, but you're on the hook for like $50, okay? $50, it's okay. We'll give you a free car wash.
Hormuz stays closed. Well, all bets are off and prices could continue to soar. It's the kind of staying power no one wants to see.
I feel for people who have to work every day and take their kids to school, and their prices go up and their wages don't.
Because of the war in Iran, gas prices are showing no sign of coming down anytime soon.
I wish there was some sort of magic wand to make this all better, but unfortunately there isn't right now.
And with Memorial Day weekend plus the rest of summer vacation right around the corner, drivers are trying to find any relief they can.
If I have to go out, I'll try to do a couple of things at once, but I'm more likely to stay home because of the price of gas.
State lawmakers held a hearing on the oil crisis earlier this month, and UC Berkeley.
Ooh, we don't even need to have a lockdown. We just can't go outside because the cars are too expensive to drive. America's the only country shutting down this year. America #1. USA, USA, USA. We're the only ones that can shut down. We'll shut it down, baby. Oh, man, I want a new lockdown. Can we get a new shutdown? This way the government doesn't have to tell you not to go talk to your friends. You don't have to do a bubble or anything. Rich people can drive and poor people can't. Stay home. Perfect.
Economist Severin Bornstein laid out a worst-case scenario.
I could certainly see the price of crude oil going up another 40 or...
That's the practical. Yeah, we'll do a practical shutdown. Parallelish. Perfect. I love it. I can finally watch Tiger King.
$80 a barrel if we really went 60 more days. And I use those two numbers.
I know they keep talking about Ebola, man. It might kill 50% of us. I don't know if that many people are going to get it, but it could. I mean, it killed like 12,000 people in Africa last time. 12,000 is quite a few. If it got going here, it could happen here. 12,000 people is a lot of people all of a sudden to disappear. Pandemic partners. Yes, baby. People will stay home out of practicality because everything is too expensive. I'm already there, man. I'm literally there already. I can't go anywhere. I can't do shit. I'm fucking broke, son. And gasoline's too expensive right now. I can't do anything. I can't even afford coffee. By the way, anyone who gives a super chat or a Cash App or the other one, Venmo, if you do any of those, that's going directly to Coffee Coin and Melania Coin. Just coffee this time. Just go into coffee. I need coffee. I'm almost out of my shitty-ass Nescafe.
Because they translate to another $1 or $2 per gallon.
That would push prices in Los Angeles to $7, possibly $8 a gallon. Researcher Peter Flack spent weeks calculating what driving in LA already costs and what higher prices would mean on top of that.
Going into $7 a gallon, then you start talking about many hundreds of dollars a year for the average person.
Flack's research finds the average LA driver is already spending roughly $1,200 a month just to own and operate a...
The average LA driver is spending $1,200 a month just to have a car? $1,200 a month. Isn't that like $14,000 a year? I think that's like $14,400 a year. In my math, I was an English major. Hold on, let's just ask Google. I think it's 14,400. What is 1,200 times 12? Yes, it's $14,400. The average Los Angelino is paying $14,500 to have a car, and they have to have a car. If you live in LA, you got a car. There's really no way around. Trump phone. Thank you. I'm going to buy some coffee. I'm buying coffee. Folks, I'm buying coffee beans. I'm going to buy 12 ounces of the cheapest coffee beans I can find. I'm going to find some coffee beans. I'm sick of drinking this instant coffee, man. It's making me fucking sick to my stomach. I can't stand it. It makes my heart hurt. When you can't read the coffee bag, you know you have the good stuff. Man, I love that Death Wish coffee. Oh, by the way, can I get some jubilation? Some jubilation for Shaky Mob, please. Thank you for the contribution to my coffee addiction. I need it so badly. Man, I would hook you up, homie. I'm so broke that I can't even get cockroaches to hang out with me. Mojo, that's what I'm saying, son. I'm so fucking broke. I can't afford a pot to piss in. That's what my grandma used to always say. I'm so broke I can't afford a pot to piss in. That's what my grandma used to say. That's where I'm at right now. Can't afford a pot to piss in. And it's not because I'm out there buying rims and shit. You remember people used to be broke because they bought rims and shit. They bought like fancy things. Like, why you broke? Well, I got rims on my car. Nowadays, people are broke because they're buying coffee. We are already in a recession. Like, if you're broke because if you're thinking about you can't buy fucking coffee, we're in a bad situation, man. Holy shit. We'll eat all the gay poison. We eat all the gay.
Turn the frogs gay.
Oh my God. Thank you for coffee, Stan Durko. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. You have no idea. I'm almost out of this shitty Nescafe that the man left at my house. Thank you so much. Can I get some jubilation for Stan Durko? We're doing a fund drive. I feel like I'm doing a fund. Remember when I was on the FM radio for listener-supported radio? Thank you for supported listener-supported radio. We're trying to afford coffee this holiday season for the host because he's gonna fucking die if he ain't got fucking coffee. Jesus. I'm trying to do more hours on. I'm trying to stream for more hours. Like, I'm streaming for 8 hours a day, a lot of days. Some days I even go longer, like 10 hours. And I'm like, I'm still fucking broke. How am I still broke? Oh, because coffee just doubled in price. Gasoline costs $6.75 or some shit. God damn it. Thank you, Nurse Rod. Thank you, another damn vegan. Thank you guys for being here. Yesterday was wild. I did 7 hours straight. I did 8 hours, really. Yeah. I want to do long streams, long boy streams, starting at 6 a.m. and going until like 6 plus 8 would be 14. Damn, that's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. How about 6 plus 7? 6 plus 7 is 13, and that would be 1 p.m. 1 p.m., 6 to 1, I'm thinking. Oh, no, we do earlier, like 5 a.m., 5 a.m. to 12. And then all the other loser streamers can take over from noon. Like people like Asmongold can take up at noon. I'll be up in the morning. Morning Sky. Morning Sky. How do you take pee breaks? I'm very large, Jimmy Vegan Seed. I can I know it's weird, but I can hold it a really long time. I think it's because I'm so big. My bladder is quite large. I can just hold it. I don't know why. I don't understand the physics of it. I just imagine it's because my bladder is bigger than other humans' bladders. That's what I think. That's what I think. I don't wear pants. I do wear pants. I do wear pants. But I also made this. I made this hold screen just for this. I made this hold screen. Here it is. Here's my hold screen. Just in case somebody wants to, if I have to go to the bathroom or something, I'm going to put this up. I made this for the long stream, and it'll be for the Morning Sky show. That was what I'm thinking. And I'm gonna try it. I want to try it tomorrow, but I have the Watching Humans podcast tomorrow. We're gonna do Watching Humans tomorrow, but I do want to try to do other stuff. I think it'd be really cool to try to do it. Let me see if you think this is cool. What I want to do is do the news reaction, okay, and then go. Okay, we're gonna switch computers. We're gonna switch rooms, and I'll run downstairs. I'll get my guitar and we'll play a couple songs on the guitar. Okay, we're chilling out towards the end. We're chilling, we're vibing, we're hanging out, learning some songs, doing some stuff. And then I'm like, okay, great. We're done with that. And then I run back upstairs. And then we do we're back to this. And I've done a costume change. And we'll do some gaming or something. Huh? What do you think about all that? What do you think about all that? What you think about all that down there? What you think about all that down there? What do you think about all that down there? Ding bang boom. You want to be a member? It's right to become a member. Sky City Rebels. You get and you get an extra hour of streaming every day if you're Sky City Rebel. Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a hell yeah?
Car. Gas is only about 20% of that total, but those costs are making it difficult for families already paying higher prices elsewhere.
Everything you're buying at the grocery store is also going up in a way that costs hundreds of dollars, and people are concerned how to, make everything work in a pretty stressful situation.
Meanwhile, the California Energy Commission telling CBS LA tonight that it is working closely with refiners and that the state's gas and diesel needs are currently being met. Inventories, they say, remain sufficient to cover roughly 4 to 6 weeks of demand. Adding in part, quote, not unlike weather forecasting, there is a finite window of forecasting based on available data and its reliability. Nonetheless, CEC remains cautiously optimistic about the supply forecast beyond the 4 to 6 week window.
It just feels predatory. It just feels so unfair.
Yeah, it feels predatory and unfair because you're getting fleeced. Hold on, what's this California thing? I'm leaving. I'm leaving California. Not unlike weather forecasting, there's a finite window of forecasting based on available data and its reliability. Nonetheless, CEC remains cautiously optimistic about the supply forecast beyond the 4 to 6 week window. California Energy Commission spokesperson. I love the symbol. Dude, I love this seal. It's got gas, electric, the bear, the gold, and then it's got the poppies on either side. Fuck, I love California. I love California. But I'm leaving. I'm leaving California. I'm going to miss it.
Not unlike weather forecasting, there is a finite window of forecasting based on available data and its reliability. Nonetheless, CEC remains cautiously optimistic about the supply forecast beyond the 4 to 6 week window.
It just feels...
It's not just coffee and gas, but I'm broke because of coffee and gas and like other random bullshit. Like my water bill is higher because of reasons. My electricity bill is higher. I am using less and the price has gone up. Like I'm getting nickeled and dimed. Like electricity prices have gone up like 25%, man, 30% some places. And I'm using less. Like you could tell because it tells you how many kilowatt hours you're using and shit. I'm using less electricity. I'm paying more. It's fucking crazy.
Predatory. It just feels so unfair.
And back out here live, giving you another look at these gas prices. Bornstein also pointed out...
Show them again. We haven't finished crying.
California is on, quote, borrowed time as inventories run low. And for researchers like Flax, the more pressing question, of course, is whether drivers are thinking about making any sort of transition, whether that's an e-bike, an electric vehicle, anything to try and save money, considering that so many things are so expensive for everyone right now.
It won't matter because electricity also costs more money now. Like, even if you did switch over to a car that you charged, great. Gas, you're not paying for. You're still getting a higher You're getting a higher electricity bill. Maybe it'll wash out. Maybe you'll be better off. But it's still you're fucked. You've still expended a lot of cash to buy a new car, pay all the taxes on the new car. Or even if you buy like $1,000 e-bike, those things aren't cheap. Now you spend $1,000 on a fucking e-bike and you're charging it every day and you're charging it and you're driving it and you're charging. Now you're paying for that too. Electric cars are more efficient, but they're not free. If you already have a car and nobody's buying cars right now, so it's not like you could go and sell your car and be like, oh, I'm going to sell my old car, my gas guzzler, and then with that extra money just buy an electric car. That's not how this is going to work. They're expensive. You're going to pay taxes on the purchase because that's how taxes work. And then, even if you buy it used, even if you buy like a used Prius or something, you're still going to have to pay for these things. A plug-in hybrid's still going to cost you money, and it might be more efficient, blah, 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 chip, but they're more efficient. Yeah, but they're still fucking you. They're expensive as shit. So if like, hey, I know you don't have any money for gasoline. Why don't you buy an electric car? In California, there's like an $8,000 tax rebate if you buy an electric car. But the thing about it, even if you get the $8,000, which they're not going to give you all of that, it's like that's the most they'll give out. But you're probably not going to get it, man. You're going to get like $500 back. And what happens? You just spent a bunch of goddamn money, and now you're not buying gasoline. You just paid a bunch of money, so you don't have to buy gasoline. I guess it's less painful or something? I don't think so. I don't think it is. Electric cars suck. Yeah, they do kind of suck. I'm using less natural gas, electricity, and water. All my bills went up by $20 a month. Yes, Stan Durko, that's what I'm talking. That's the most frustrating thing. I'm living alone now. I'm using the least amount of gas, electric, and water than I have in years. I'm using less than I have in 5 years, and I'm paying more. Like, if I still had 2 people living with me and I was still picking up the tab, I'd be getting, I'm getting screwed either way, but it'd be even worse. Imagine if you had a family. You want to buy a Tesla as your first car? Why? Steal an electric car. They're hard to steal. It's harder to steal cars than it used to be. If it uses half as much gas and you get double charged for it, well, that's the thing. If you pay half as much for gas, but you're still having to pay a bunch of money out the nose up front, and you're still getting screwed on the price of electricity, did you even make out? I think you actually lost money in that. We're fucked. I was recycling used vape batteries and making good battery packs. The bill that Trump passed fucked me to death. Oh, no, man. I've seen people do that with the vape. They're using the disposable vape batteries. Like, this is where we're at, man. I got Mojo over here digging through vapes. You're so sad. Don't buy a Tesla. Tesla's bad. Yeah, if I could get away with plugging it in at a neighbor's, I would definitely buy one. Oh, yeah. Okay, there. If you could steal the electricity, you mean? Yeah, if you could steal the electricity, sure. You could do it. You could figure out. It's not that hard to steal electricity. People have been doing that for years. You can maybe figure that one out. Although, you usually have to have a special box. I don't know if it could work with an electric car, but maybe. Maybe. You could steal electric, I don't know, the J-Volt and all that. You might not be able to do it. Steal electricity that way. Maybe. You don't care if they track you? Yeah, I was going to do Afterglow. It's going to start any minute right now. I live alone. I call it surviving, not living. That's basically where I'm at. I'm sick of just surviving. That's why I'm moving. I fucking love California. I love waking up every day and being in California, but I'm struggling. I'm sick of surviving, Stan Durko. I'm moving to New Mexico. I get shit for having a diesel 1-ton truck, and I get better mileage off my fuel. Isn't destroying my engine with ethanol. Well, that's true. Well, diesel ain't cheap right now either, but you get better economy, right? I mean, you want to talk about diesel, man? Like, shit, talk about diesel. But you're right. I don't know why you get shit on. Well, it's a big truck. 1 ton ain't that actually that big. 1 ton? 1 ton's a small truck. Come to think of it. I want an RV. I think those are mostly diesel. Most of the time they're diesel. All those big engines with like high torque, low, like high. How's that work? High torque, low RPM or whatever it is. I forget how that conversion works. They have a higher torque so that they can pull heavier weights. So the diesel is much more fuel efficient. But that's a whole. I forget how that equation. I haven't thought about that in years. Since high school. Yes, I had a friend that knew how to do it, but they changed the boxes. Yeah, you used to be able to steal electricity. You can't do it so easily these days. A Walmart an hour away had them in their parking lot. Oh, free chargers. Some of them they used to have charging stations, yeah, but they not free ones. You'll care if they track you when they sell your data to your insurer and they refuse your claim because you were going 3 miles over the speed limit before the crash. An honest doubter. There you go. And also, you'll care about whether they track you when the government just changes. Governments change, and all of a sudden you're still getting tracked, and you're getting tracked by people who think that, I don't know, they don't like the cut of your jib for whatever reason, and now you're getting followed around by the military. It's that things happen quickly. My water bill is the only bill that did not increase 10 to 30% to 2026. Yeah. That's insane to me. All of us are getting pinched. Like I'm working more. I'm working more this year. I'm making less. Part of the reason my girlfriend left was because she had to work 2 jobs to pay the bills for her. And now she's gone, and I'm not getting that rent. And my bills are going up. So I'm bringing less in, and I'm getting nickeled and dimed. I'm paying more out. How can that work? How does that work for anybody for very long? We're all on credit. How can that work? This was supposed to be my year to make it. I'm working more. I'm getting more views. All these things are happening for me, and I'm making less, and I'm spending more, and I'm buying fewer things. That's what's so fucked about it. I'm just like I'm out there buying rims. I don't buy stuff. I don't buy clothes. I don't buy anything, but I'm getting nickeled and dimed. I'm not even buying coffee. I didn't buy coffee this month yet. The diesel European cars in the 90s were a beast, 70 miles per gallon. Yeah, that's pretty good. The Epstein class stopped paying the riot tax years ago. That's it. There'll be less big rigs in the future and more mud-sized diesel trucks towing because big rigs get like 3 miles per gallon. Well, those big rigs go those long distances. It depends on how big and what kind of ones we're talking about. I work 2 jobs too. Yeah, it's like Jer here. I was working 2 jobs up until March. Wait, no, end of January. I was working 2 jobs up until the end of January. So, anyway, thank you all for joining. We're going to do the afterglow right now. Thank you all for being here. This is the end of the show. Illegitimate non-carborundum. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Stay strong. Stay strong. I'm rooting for you, people. I'm rooting for you, Sky City Rebels. I know you could do it. We could do it. We could work together. Somehow we could work together and make the world a better place. Somehow. We can do it. Build communities. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to fuck off. I'm going to go to a place so I can help be building a community. I can add my value. I can hopefully derive some spiritual value out of it. That's what I'm going to do. You're in Spain now. Greetings from Barcelona. Barcelona. Wacky Head says, word. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the hype button. Hype it. Would you hype it? Hype it. Hype it. People hype Critical Drinker all the time. No one ever hypes old Skyjack. Please hype. All right, thanks everybody for joining. Yeah, Nob Hill is where I want to go. Nob Hill. Skyjack City. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down to Nob Hill. Move there with me. We'll all hang out. Chai Pixie, thank you. My brother had a diesel Wabbit in the 80s. The black rear bumper was a small price to pay for the MPG. The Rabbit, was that a Volkswagen Rabbit, right? I think it was a Volkswagen, right? Don't take any guff for those swine. Yes, don't take any guff. From Barcelona. He's from Barcelona. Have a great day, everybody. I'm quoting Faulty Towers when I say that, by the way. If you don't know, Faulty Towers is one of the greatest things ever put on television. It's only 12 episodes, and it's one of my favorite things ever made. Thank you all for joining. I hope you have a wonderful day. Illegitimate non-carborundum. Don't let the bastards grind you down. We're going to do the afterglow right now for Sky City Rebels. In the meantime, for all the rest of you, Godspeed, Rebels.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so friggin' much.